Michelin innovates to move the world forward on the road and far beyond. Michelin.
What is up, motherfuckers and party people? How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are all having a great fucking day. I sure am. Ooh, my back hurts though. My back hurts like a bitch. My back hurts real bad.
Getting closer to the green flag for the Xfinity series from Indy.
Not happy about that.
We were winning races here at the Brickyard. Everyone brought their best car, their best engine. It was almost a playoff preview. Is that the case here now that they're back on the oval?
Yeah, 100%. All you have to do is look back over the years at the Brickyard 400 winners. A lot of them went on to win the championship in that very same year, so you better be ready for this.
No better time than to win when you get 3 weeks off to celebrate, Marty. 3 weeks.
That might be the official, other than the championship, longest celebration of the year.
Ooh.
Time for today's pre-race ceremonies.
Oh, my back.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as service members from the Indiana National Guard present our nation's colors. Please welcome Casey Clark, pastor with Parkside Bible Church, for today's invocation.
Almighty God, we thank you today for your kindness toward us and giving us a beautiful day to enjoy this sport of racing. We ask by your grace and favor that you would protect the drivers, their crews, the event staff, and the fans today. With the events of last weekend, Lord, we take a special moment to ask that you would unite our country to reject hatred and violence, and may we pursue peace. And finally, we ask that you would turn hearts to you, knowing that true peace can only be found in you. May God, you alone, get the glory in everything done today. We ask all this in Jesus' powerful name and by the power of your Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Now to perform our national anthem, national recording artist Elena Renee.
That was beautiful.
Green flag for the Xfinity series is just around the corner. We'll get the engines fired here at the Brickyard. Back on the oval next.
What's the square root of pi?
Some things just add up, like the 2x2x2.
But today we have the Xfinity race from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's going to be a fun one. My back hurts, but I need that to stop. I don't do that, you know? I don't do back pain. I gotta be one of you miserable fucks who always complain about their back.
At road.co/sparks.
4 years of hard work, 4 years of dedication,
Australia has been unbelievable. The greatest female swimmer of all time. Welcome back, Simone Biles.
She continues to amaze us every single time she competes.
Daytona always brings the drama. From the pre-race highs until the bright lights shine.
Everything's on the line. The risk will be higher.
3 wide. Gunning to keep playoff hopes alive. It's now or never. For an unforgettable weekend with family fun, high wattage star power, and a front row seat full of fireworks. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on DealDash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Introducing Mando Whole Body Deodorant for pits, privates, and beyond. I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the inventor of Whole Body Deodorant. Like Mando, it's clinically
Ugh.
for block odor all day and controls
Hurts.
odor for 72
Does
hours.
not feel good.
Say it, Mando works better than a shower with soap alone. Rather than covering up the wheel with heavy fragrance, Mando's unique formula stops odor before it starts. That's my secret to better odor control everywhere. Mando's unlike anything you've ever tried before. Get over 30% off at shopmando.com.
I've been watching races here for a long time. Everybody knows how special Indy is.
Yes, today's race from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Xfinity Series is back at Indianapolis on the oval. They've had a one more year hiatus on the oval than the Cup guys have, because they went to the road course a year before Cup did. But yeah, this race is 100 laps, 250 miles. Stage 1 ends at lap 30. Stage 2 is also 30 laps, then it ends at lap 60. And then the final 40 laps is the final stage.
And William Byron, who adds their name to that list today, Kim.
My pick to win today is Sam Mayer. He's starting in 4th. He's my pick to win.
Since he was a little boy. He's been to the Indy 500 4 times, and that really helped create his passion for this place. The first year he came was 2016. You're seeing he and his dad Duke at the Indy 500. That was 2016. He was 11 years old, and he got to help push Alexander Rossi's car to the grid for pre-race. And then he watched Rossi go on to win the 500 as a rookie. Now, as a rookie himself, Jesse is hoping for big things today. He told me it doesn't matter what you're racing here, a stock car, an Indy car. This is a bucket list item, Dave.
Parker Kligerman's crew chief told him, buddy, in qualifying, we may have less downforce than anybody else. Get ready to hold on. Parker couldn't. The car was too free, and he climbed into the wall in turn number 1. So the car was damaged. They went back. They repaired it.
Fuck out of here, Mr.
The
Fly.
only piece that was replaced
Don't go
was the
about
right
face.
front fender. Everything else was repaired. Even the decals were taken off the old car and put back
What's
on.
up,
Thank you,
Jaden?
Apple. And Parker Kligerman will start shotgun on the field to get that much-desired victory at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He will have to work hard from the back of the pack today, Marty.
Steve, an interesting setup for the Xfinity Series teams.
Fuck Truex.
Horsepower package. Does that mean we'll see pack racing and drafting?
Well, you would think you would want to be in the draft to go faster, but even
My
with
back
reduced power
hurts
and
so
reduced top speed,
bad.
it has not improved the handling, slipping, and sliding. So it's going to be a balance. Do you drive good enough to draft? That will be the question.
It's on you as a crew chief to keep that track position all day long. It's time to go NASCAR racing on the oval at Indy once again. Let's get the engines fired here at the Brickyard.
And now for the most famous words in motorsports. On behalf of Pennzoil and Advance Auto Parts, please welcome Greg Phillips.
All right, first of all, we want to say a big God bless America. All right. Now, the moment you've been waiting for. Drivers, start your engine!
Yeah! NASCAR is fun. It's the most fun. It doesn't get any more fun.
Sound that we hear, the drivers have started their engines. You know, through the years, many things have changed here at this world-famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway. At one point in time, this racing surface was 3.2 million bricks. Now, the only things left of those bricks is this yard of bricks. Right here at the start-finish line, goes across pit road and out to where the fans can enjoy it too. Many changes, many traditions through the years, and in 1996, things changed to another tradition. After I won the Brickyard 400, my crew chief and I brought our team out here and bent down and kissed the bricks for the very first time. Some lucky driver and his team is going to experience that right here this afternoon.
I really wish my back didn't hurt.
Summarize this. What?
If I just stay in this position, because it doesn't actually hurt badly in this position. Just stay like this, and I'll be good. But it's also uncomfortable to sit like this.
AI at your fingertips.
Applebee's mozzarella sticks are just 50 cents for a limited time. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood. The Barn Bar. The county's best hangout. Just got better. Here's the living smooth with the always smooth, easy drinking Keystone Light.
Wherever your summer takes you, twist the ride. With Twizzlers, the twist you can't resist.
This is the carry-on closet, a suitcase with a one-of-a-kind patented closet system that keeps you organized anywhere. Pack all you need for up to 10 days and travel without ever unpacking. Comfort of home on the go. Unpack in seconds at soulguard.co.
Want the effects of Viagra, but faster? Meet Rose Sparks. They contain sildenafil and tadalafil, but Sparks dissolve under the tongue. Dissolvables work faster than pills.
I hate this.
At ro.co/sparks.
Playtime is over. Burger. We got burgers now. Burger. Hurry. Go and get one burger. This is a good burger.
Okay, seriously, this is so good.
Arby's did it right. Upping the burger game. Arby's. We have the meat.
Fast through the county lines, just made my name in the city.
It's my time. I'm taking it now.
It's NASCAR Xfinity Series racing from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Welcome to the Pennzoil 250 presented by Advanced Auto Parts.
Apparently, according to Jaden, this is the last week that Rick Allen will be in the broadcast booth. I thought it was the playoffs, but apparently this is the final week he'll be in the booth.
This small team doing big things with a fraction of the resources. This is actually their Nashville car, and Anthony told me they did not even rewrap it. Unlike other teams, they don't have a specific car for Indy or a specific Speedway car. Excited to see what they can do today. Here, Dave.
Jeff Burton will start 11th, and then P6 yesterday in practice. He knocked another half second off of it in qualifying. So 2 career wins for this guy. They've come at Talladega. That's a track where you've got to be aggressive, but you've got to time your passes, and that is going to be key at Indianapolis today. Marty?
And Dave, despite growing up in New Zealand, Shane Van Gisbergen knew all about the Indy 500 as a young man. So even for a Kiwi, racing on the oval at Indy is a dream come true. He told me this morning, hoping to apply some of what I learned at Pocono last week. He was in the top 10 before a late wreck, not of his own doing. And as we look at the last page, let's give a tip of the cap to Kyle Sieg. We have talked about how sketchy these cars are today. Sieg nearly wrecked his car in qualifying. But somehow he saved it, and even though they start towards the back today, it's not the backup car, which is a credit to this 23-year-old from Georgia. Now let's head upstairs to the 9th floor of the world-famous pagoda here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway to the gentleman who will call the race today, Rick Allen, Steve Letarte, and Jeff Burton.
Thanks, Marty. And Marty put it best, a dream come true. So many times when you come to this racetrack, sometimes it's as a spectator and you get to watch one of the greatest spectacles in racing, or some of these drivers are here for the very first time. How does that feel when you're behind the wheel of such an iconic and historic racetrack, Jeff?
Well, you grew up watching the Indy 500, and you saw the history that was made with the IndyCar drivers and how big of an event that is. And you're a stock car driver. You never thought you would have a chance to run at this racetrack. You know it's perhaps the most famous racetrack in the world, so that means it matters. The history, the heritage, all of those things make it a big event. So you want to win the biggest races of the year, and this is one of them.
History. For over 100 years, racing has happened at this facility, but not on the road course, on the oval. And that's why I think going back to the oval is so important and so valuable for these young drivers to think that you get to cross the yard of bricks that Foyt, Unser, these huge stars, NASCAR, Elliott, Gordon, Earnhardt. It's a long list. Where else have we seen such a melting pot of American motorsport?
The front row for this race is made up of Stewart-Haas racing drivers. Bo Custer won the pole just outside of him, though. Riley Herbst will start second. Let's dial him up on the radio, Jeff.
Hey, Riley, these guys up in the booth, you with us? Sure, how's it going? Oh, it's going great up here. We have air conditioning. You don't have that luxury, but also we understand these cars do not drive very well. What are you expecting today?
I don't know, Burton, but first and foremost, I am just so proud of all the men and women at Stewart-Haas Racing for sticking with me and Cole through these tough, rough months and building us really fast cars to lock out the front row at Indy. But you said it best. I don't know. This is going to be a handful when we eventually get back in traffic, and we're going to have to be smart and try to figure out where we can make some passes. But at the end of the day, we got a fast Monster Energy car, and hopefully we can go kiss the bricks.
We talk about the history here and the heritage. What would winning this race mean to you?
I don't know, Jeff. Everybody says that Daytona is the biggest race, but every person around the world knows Indianapolis. This is the world speedway, so it's just an honor to get to drive around this place, let alone a chance to win here. So it's a very special place to a lot of special people, and hopefully we can get it done today.
Good luck, buddy. We'll be riding with you.
Thank you.
Pretty profound words there for 25-year-old and Riley Herbst. Everybody around the world knows this racetrack. Before that green flag flies, let's get a few more stories, and we'll start with Marty.
Coming into the race, Rick, Brandon Jones is 76
Oh,
points
God, my
below the
back.
line, but if you go through the garage area this
Why is
morning,
this happening to
many
me?
people are saying that this driver for Junior Motorsports might have the best car in the race. He has finished top 10 in every race he's run here on the oval at Indianapolis. I asked him earlier this morning, what's been so good about this racetrack for you? He said, I don't know. I've always connected with this track, and he agrees. He truly feels like this might be his best shot of the year to get to victory lane, Kim.
Marty, for Chandler Smith, racing at the Indy Oval is, in his words, a dream come true. Here's his tweet from last night. It says, I fell in love with racing because of the Brickyard. I might not sleep a wink tonight. Well, I checked in with Chandler. He said he didn't get much sleep. He said it felt like Christmas Eve. His mind was racing. But he told me growing up, anytime he would play any sort of racing video game, there were only 2 tracks he would ever choose to run. Homestead and Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Dave Chandler is living out his dream here today.
So is Sam Mayer, locked into the playoffs with 2 wins this year. But practice here, well, it was kind of crazy. A tire rub and on the splitter in practice limited his time. They fixed it. They changed the left front splitter, and he only got about 15 laps of practice. That was about half of what other drivers got here. But it came around in qualifying. Sam said to his crew chief, I'm going to send it. He did. That was good enough for 4th place. And Sam Mayer from Wisconsin, he too could win a dream come true this afternoon by winning at the Brickyard.
Thanks, Dave. All right, let's look at the particulars. This 2.5-mile racetrack. Steve, take us through the race analysis.
Yeah, we know how the famous racetrack and the shape, but it's going to be 100 laps, 30 laps stage 1 and stage 2, a 40-lap final stage. They can run over 44, 45, 46 laps on fuel. Pit road speed, though, is worth noting. 45 miles per hour. That's 10 miles per hour slower than any other races on the oval. We normally would see 55. I actually like this adjustment, one of the narrowest pit roads on the circuit, so we'll see if everybody can make that adjustment successfully.
All right, Jeff. There are 7 races remaining before the playoffs get underway. Take a look at the playoff standings.
Yeah, well, you can see down there at the cut line, Sammy Smith. Steve, I heard you talking about it on front of the grid. He has not been doing what we thought he would do. Ryan Sieg is catching up. Ahead of them, though, Parker Kligerman. He crashed in practice, and qualifying rather. He's got to go to the back. The 9 car of Jones, if he can win and he has a fast race car, that would shake this whole playoff standings up.
Marty.
Rick, speaking of drivers who will go to the back of the field, add Austin Hill to that list. He is up near the top of the playoff leaderboard, but they had to change a rear end gear after qualifying, Steve. That's why they're going to have to go to the back of the field. And just to make it clean, it's not a very wide racetrack here at Indianapolis. They figured while everybody was coming down pit road to check their speed, they would stop in their stall, let the entire field pass by, and then they would join at the rear of the field where they will start today.
Yeah, it's just a tall task. You know, 100 laps goes by in a hurry. I mean, it's and I don't know what kind of opportunity you're going to have on top of the pit box to help your driver out. When you start at the back today, this is going to have to be, I think, one of those blue-collar days. You're going to have to pick your spots, pick your moments, get them when you can, try to avoid the big mistakes.
Got the luxury of riding along with A.J. Allmendinger with Celsius on board, as well as the Toyota on board with Chandler Smith. We'll also ride along with Shane Van Gisbergen, who has the WeatherTech on board.
Remember, this is a low horsepower package, so restarts. All those
Alrighty, getting ready to go green here.
guys have experienced this.
It's going to be fun.
Some drivers will figure it out quickly. Some drivers are going to have to learn throughout the entire race.
It's been a great week for the driver of the double zero. Cole Custer won at Pocono for the first time in 2024. Now he knows he's locked into the playoffs and will be defending the title that he won a year ago. Then earlier today, it was announced that he'll be back in the Cup Series, racing.
Here we go.
Once again, this time it'll be
Pace car is off.
Factory team. He won the pole here at Indy. He brings the
And
green flag. The Xfinity Series back on the big track of Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
the green flag is in the air. We are racing from Indianapolis.
Two by two into turn one. We were wondering if there was going to be pack racing and drafting. Well, right now, Riley Herbst looks like he's blocking, or at least trying to.
Oh, trouble. Whoa, that's already a big crash.
The one of Sam Bayer.
Wow, Rick.
Oh, that was my win pick.
That's the 8 of Sammy Smith I saw going around as well. Damage, yeah, on the
That was
right-hand side
fast.
of the screen, the 8. 2 Junior Motorsports cars involved.
15 of Josh Berry.
That didn't take
The
long.
Lindenbeck came down at 15 car.
A lot of damage there for the 8 of Sammy Smith. Yeah, sure enough, the window net is down, and so Josh Berry's going to climb out. He was going to be doing double duty this weekend.
No luck for Josh in this 15. They had issues last week early as well.
Josh Berry's involved in that.
Sorry, Rick. This car was good in practice yesterday, but not even a lap.
Oh, no, Jesse Love. Big damage to the right front.
Jesse Love's done.
6. I saw him 2 and 3 wide.
Man, that was just a big crash on the first lap.
Yep.
Well, down the back straightaway, you said it, 2 and 3 wide. Everybody trying to get themselves in position.
What?
That's AJ in the 16 that went to the outside of the 1.
Yeah, and almost like the 1 just came around on him. Like, I didn't see any contact. Watch it again.
That was just a pile up right there. On lap 1. Did not take long.
Jumped to his outside, but physical space on the racetrack, I thought there was 3 distinct lanes.
What was interesting to me about that, now they're just along for the ride. Chandler Smith with big contact. All these guys behind it, just nowhere to go. Look at A.J. Allmendinger, how slow they got in front of him. There was contact right there. Right front fender to the door of the 16.
I don't know what the Florida Complex teams are. I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of that.
Quickly Almaden was going around, and I think, here you go, walking right along SVG.
Oh, he does a really nice job. Gets lucky, no contact from behind.
Actually downshifted. You heard him downshift, trying to get the car slowed down.
So what I don't understand, I saw the contact, but to your point,
The teams who play in Florida, the Rays and the Marlins.
Of like gain of speed, like he was driving past the one. I don't know if the one was out of the gas or was just trying to settle in, but.
Or are you talking about spring training?
Oh, so AJ didn't want
Spring training, the Dodgers are not in Florida.
He's going to run into the back of the one.
First caution out in Indy.
But I have no clue what you're really talking about.
Dude, what are you doing? I'm protecting my car. That's too much work. WeatherTech is so much easier. Laser measured floor liners up here, seat protector.
You know the Arizona summer teams of the MLB?
Here's side window deflectors. And mud
Nope.
flaps.
Never heard of that.
Cool. It's the best protection for your vehicle, new or pre-owned. Great. But where do I order? WeatherTech.com.
At Cracker Barrel, we're putting a little sting in every bite of our fried chicken. But our new sweet heat sauce will have you saying, ooh, not ow. What are you waiting for? Buzz on in and try it. And now, get here early for deals on dinner classics. A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
They say you can't put a price on fun, but they don't know what the heck they're talking about. Fun's now $1.99.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
Queso wraps and more. Take that, they. The Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99.
I can't imagine doing a race like this with somebody else.
Yeah, fuck the Yankees.
Change everything. We're cold, we're wet, and we have no food.
I'm gonna keep going until I can.
We can think faster, we can move faster.
You had a good 56 seconds of racing there.
Are you okay? What we care about is the end crate and getting $500,000.
Yeah, right. Something tells me it's not all on Haley Deegan.
The extra twinkle. That extra swagger. Feeling healthy by leaps and bounds. Making a dinner that makes their whole day. And giving your best friend the best nutrients for their best life. Science did that.
Of our new offers today.
Verdict Chevy has it all this summer. Fully stocked, fantastic selection, sizzling summer savings like this.
Take up to $8,000 off the MSRP on your new 24 Silverado 1500 LT, or lease it for just $379 a month during the Chevy Summer Drive.
Hot products, hotter deals. That's why now's the time to buy. Together, let's drive. Verdict Chevrolet at Drivers Village. Shop verdictgm.com.
NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Credit One Bank, NASCAR American Express card. And by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. Great shot of downtown Indianapolis, and we are in Speedway, Indiana. Take a look at what happened here with the one.
Yeah, to be honest, we're still trying to figure it out. The one checks up a little bit. I think trying to maybe get behind the 9, and then the 88 of Clawful was there, and there's nowhere to go. And then, you know, AJ jumps up and makes it 3 wide. That's not a move that you would make unless you almost got surprised. You don't want to be that high on this racetrack. They were riding along with AJ, see what he's seeing. Everything's pretty calm up there. Now the bottom lane's rolling. Right here, I feel like maybe Mayor's thinking about going to the bottom, decides he can't, and now AJ is up there 3 wide, contact. It just all happened really quickly. You know, sometimes, Steve, these wrecks happen, and it's hard to say it was that person's fault, right? I mean, just everybody trying to get in line. And again, we talked about this low horsepower package. Big push on the inside line because they were drafting. Just a very odd-looking wreck.
The whole cadence into turn 3 just didn't look normal to me. To your point, you know, sometimes it's just a wreck. You know, racing happens. That's what racing looked like to me.
and some really good race cars in that wreck. Sam Mayer was fast. Jesse Love was fast.
Yeah, Sam Mayer was my pick to win.
In the 27, he may have had the best car yesterday in practice. He got in that.
Predict 10 cautions. I don't think that's a bad prediction.
Yeah, here at Indy. Sam Mayer out of the car. 5th DNF for an accident this year.
When migraine strikes, you're faced with a choice. Accept the trade-offs of treating, or push through the pain and symptoms. With Ubrelvy, there's another option. One dose quickly stops migraine in its tracks. Treat it anytime, anywhere, without worrying where you are or if it's too late. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness. Migraine pain relief starts with you. Ask about Ubrelvy. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
They say you can't put a price on fun, but they don't know what the heck they're talking about. Fun's now $1.99 at Sonic with creamy queso wraps and more. Take that, they. The Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99.
The more love we give, the more love we feel. The more love we feel, the more rainbows we puke. The more rainbows we puke, the more oranges we anthropomorphize. The more oranges we anthropomorphize, the more deer we become. The more deer we become, the more friends we find.
Abu Dhabi Sports 2 showing the judo? What?
Find us. The more our friends find us, the more love we feel. The more love we feel, the more love we give.
We now return to our interview.
Yeah, does Abu Dhabi Sports have the race, or is it
I just think everyone should know there's an
dumb
insurance
shit?
company out there exposing other companies' rates so you can compare them and save.
Sounds like trouble.
It's great, actually. It's called Auto Quote Explorer for Progressive. Here, look. See? I'll show you our direct rates and their rates.
They are not showing the race.
So, whistleblower usually
Caution
means
Sam on
exposing
track.
something bad.
That's what I've been calling
How did that happen?
helpful. You know, like, dude, dude, check it out. This is the best.
Showing jujitsu. Well, looks like I have nothing to see what's happening during commercial breaks then. Unless one of the other channels has it.
Connection worthy of gold. Xfinity Mobile. Only Xfinity gives you the most powerful mobile Wi-Fi network with speeds up to a gig in millions of locations. And right now, Xfinity Internet customers can buy one unlimited line and get one free for a year. Get the fastest connection to Paris with Xfinity.
What's the square root of pi?
Well, some things just add up, like the 2x2x2 at IHOP. 2 eggs your way, 2 bacon strips, and 2 buttermilk pancakes. Monday through Friday, all for $6.
This is once in a lifetime. This is golf at the Paris Olympics. And what they're playing for is bigger than any championship.
You're not just playing for yourself, you're playing for
That is true, Jaden.
The Paris Olympics on NBC and Peacock.
You make a good point there, Jaden.
You can join NASCAR's free rewards program, start earning points that turn into member-only rewards. Trade points in for free tickets, there's exclusive gear, autographed merchandise. Just visit NASCAR.com/fanrewards to start today. Today's aerial coverage is brought to you by Shady Rays as we look down on Speedway, Indiana here, and this historic.
Yeah, I know NASCAR.com has the live cams.
Area. The uniqueness of this racetrack, there are homes right along the street here at Georgetown, which is right across the street from the racetrack. So nestled right into the neighborhoods here in Indianapolis. As we take a look at the playoff standings and the points, again, lap one, a couple cars already out. Not a big deal for Sam Mayer. He's got 2 wins already, so it's not going to hurt him in that sense.
Yeah, but Sammy Smith, Ryan Sieg, Brandon Jones, completely different look than it was just about 5 minutes ago.
Jim, how about the guy who is supposed to be driving the 15 right now?
That would be Josh Berry looking for some extra seat time this weekend. Unfortunately, won't get much of that. What happened?
I was trying to watch the replay in there. It looked like Sam got 3 wide middle and got loose. And we all stacked. We couldn't see. We're all piled on top of each other. Couldn't see and kind of stacked into it. Right. So just obviously disappointing start. We had a good qualifying effort being in the top 10. This was in the wrong spot there, wrong time. So this one I think
it is bad, Jaden.
Vodka for having me these last couple of weeks. I hate we didn't get results that we should have, but the car was pretty solid in practice and obviously qualified well. I was excited to see how we did today.
That's Josh Berry. We'll see him tomorrow in the Cup race.
wanting to get a little extra track time, and it was about 3/4 of a lap is all he was able to get in the Xfinity Series.
It not only hurts him in trying to get ready for tomorrow's race, it hurts AM Racing as they're trying to develop their race team. The reason they had Logano and Josh Berry in that car is to give an evaluation. Hey, what do we have? What do we need to be better? And now you got practice, Steve, but you didn't get that live fire, pit stops, all those kind of things that you need to see with a guy like Josh Berry driving your car.
Yeah, we'll set the stage for the 2024 for AM Racing. They had Haley Deegan for the majority of the season. They agreed to part ways. So to your point, they reached out to some cup drivers to do just what you talked about, build the organization.
Dave, what about the 27 and Jeff Burton?
Real quickly on that 15 car, I saw Matt Lucas on the way out, the crew chief for the 15, and he said, yep, when we signed up for this, just shook his head, couldn't believe their luck. As for Jeff Burton, we can't believe his luck either. The crew asked him once he got back out there, hey, how is the steering? Is it straight? And he goes, no, it's about 2 inches to the right, which is not good. They're asking him to live with it for now. He just came back down pit road. I'm going to go check with him again, see if they made any progress on that, and we'll listen in for Jeff. But it's going to be, he said it was so far off, he felt like he was going to blow a right front. So they've got to make that right before they go green here. Kim?
Dave, the other driver that's being asked to live with it would be Jesse Love in the 2-car. No right front fender all the way back to the door. His crew chief, Danny Stockman. So it's not ideal, I know. You also have the hood bumped up. I know you can feel all that. Do your best. Danny said if you can get tucked up behind someone and draft as best as you can, that's going to be the only solution I can really offer you.
Yeah, remember, in this generation of NASCAR, years ago, 20 years ago, you put another fender on it. You're not allowed anymore. None of those repair parts and pieces. You could really just use tape. You could tape the fender back together if it was still there, but obviously just damaged too much. And back to the 27 of Ward Burton, Jeb. Yeah, Ward's son. So
that would be a story.
That would be a story. So if the right front is bent by itself, meaning that the parallel settings of the front tires is messed up, that's a problem. If just the steering box itself is bent, or really the pitman arm where both tires are turned to the left, that was just uncomfortable for the driver. The concern is these long straightaways wear those front tires if they're towed in or towed out. So definitely something they're going to have to work on.
Here comes the choose as far as the inside or outside line. And the guy who was right in the middle of that 3 wide, Sam Mayer, is out of the infield care center with Kim.
Yeah, Sam, you were in the middle of all that melee. A lot of questions as to what happened.
Just getting the one to go right now.
Tell us from your seat.
I don't know. I mean, I thought there was a car on my inside, I guess. I don't know if the 80 was in there or whoever it was in there or not, but just trying to give room, and there wasn't enough room to my inside. Oh, yeah, that's stupid. Okay. Frustrating. Obviously a really crappy way to kind of go into the off weeks like that. That's a bummer to watch right there. But our car is fast Xfinity internet. That's all you can really do. Huge thanks to Hugs for coming on board this weekend. Too bad it got cut short.
When you said that stupid, specifically, what were you referring to?
That tire situation. We should not have been 3 black going in there for absolutely no reason on the first lap. The guy on the outside is the first one to say, don't be too aggressive going like that, and then does that, and then the car on the inside is my teammate too, so that's frustrating.
It was great work by Kim to kind of understand, because as I listened, I'll be honest, I wasn't quite following it all as well.
Clarity there.
Now, he might go back and see it all. I mean, it's his opinion. You see the donut. I think the contact is clear. Just when we rode on board with the 16, I'm not sure AJ really wanted to be there. It seems like they kind of all stacked up.
And that's a young driver talking. He wanted to get to the inside. He didn't want to push the issue, right? He didn't want to cause a wreck.
So yeah, Sam Mayer and Josh Berry are out of the race after that crash. A few other people were involved, but they look like they're all staying in.
Trying not to prevent an issue, then got put 3 wide, and that's the balance between being aggressive and not aggressive enough.
Builds a lot of confidence for this next restart wreck. Everything should be just fine now. No problem.
Well, they're 2x2 once again, and it's Custer and Works that will make up row 1. Brandon Jones, the 9 back there.
Pretty interesting, the 20 of Almirola. He could have picked the outside lane. Instead, he chose to be behind the 00 of Custer, so expect a huge push down this front straightaway from that 20 car.
Anthony Alfredo and Carson Waffle and then 88 making up row 3.
Alrighty.
2 big winners at the top of the screen. You see that bright
pace car's off, and
just in front of him on the outside, the 21, Austin Hill. Both had to start in the rear, made big gains through that wreck.
Green flag's back in the air.
Of a lap. And back through the restart zone and back through the gears they go. Fanning out as we get ready to go into turn 1.
This is where the outside lane, if you can hold that position right there, now you got a little bit of an advantage down the back straightaway. There it is right there, just a little more power. Big block there by Custer.
Eric Almirola was looking to get behind that 0. Now Almirola on the high line had Riley Herbst in front of him. And drifting up the racetrack, the 0 Cole Custer trying to fight back and get the lead back from Riley Herbst. Back onto the front stretch, getting ready to complete the first green flag lap here at Indy. And Custer has fought back, and he takes the lead. They draft behind him. Eric Almirola is going to take second away from Riley Herbst, and here comes Brandon Jones.
Look at the run by the 5 car, that green car, Alfredo. Who's he going to push? He wants the bottom lane, so he gets behind the 9 and pushes him.
Almirola trying to draft off of Cole Custer in front. See Anthony Alfredo pushing the 9 past. Riley Herbst has fallen back to 5th now.
Jaden, there's a level of trolling that's not cool. Comparing Kyle Busch to Dale Earnhardt's not cool. That's where I draw the line.
Riding along on that WeatherTech on board of Ben Gisbergen. Every lap, SVG says it's learning. He's trying to learn on the ovals.
You could almost hear in that throttle application is, a little bit of hesitancy and just trying to understand aero. AJ has to pick a lane here, 3 wide in front. I like the bottom.
Clawful learned a little lesson there. He thought his teammate Algar was going to roll up behind him and
Michael
push him.
Maroots.
Just was like, yeah, I got the inside, buddy. Maybe 3 wide. Can't trust anybody.
Allgaier's closed the gap now between himself and Herbst. Waffle falling back to that 6th spot. A couple car lengths separating the top 2.
7 car. Algar, he is fast.
There's Josh Williams in the 11.
Yeah, watch the 7 car. He made some really aggressive moves. He was really good in practice. See how he has to turn before the 98 car? He has to do that to keep air on the nose, but look at the run he gets. Now he's showing the 98. He wants the spot, gets to that right left for a quarter pounder. Now he drags him back, moves away from him to get away from the side draft. Marty.
After a couple laps, Justin Allgaier told Jim Colvin, his crew chief, much better than practice. They were too tight on the corner exit on practice, but he also said something interesting on the radio, Jeff. He said, man, these runs are so hard to build. If you get any momentum at all, you have to capitalize on it. You can just tell in drivers' voices, Jeff, they're learning on the fly as we're watching.
Well, they really are. They've never, this package, they've never run on a racetrack like this. They run it at Atlanta, but that's not the same as this racetrack at all. This is a very flat racetrack, no grip. There's a lot of learning going on. And Steve, a lot of opportunity to make changes. Come down pit road, my car's not doing what I needed to do. I got to tell you, the crew chief, what it's doing so you can fix it.
A lot of question marks in the garage, though. As I walked the garage last night and again this morning, they wanted to think that they could just add some downforce, change the back, the height of the back of their car, and that would add the grip. But the crew chiefs I talked to said even the cars that look like they have more downforce don't seem to be driving a whole lot better. So a little bit of kind of bewilderment in the garage as we see the 2 of Jesse Love right in front of this 81 of Chandler Smith. Even without a right front fender, the 2 kind of making it work. He's back up to the 27th position. That's the 43 of Ellis right there on the outside.
Kim, what about AJ Allmendinger?
Got a small piece of debris on the grill. Nothing the team is too concerned about right now. The water temp's pretty stable. They asked him to try and get it off in traffic on the straightaway.
That is interesting.
Right now, AJ said when he's behind another car, is sliding the right.
That is kind of
rear.
funny.
And this team, they made
Because it didn't happen.
changes overnight to that race car because yesterday
NASCAR app is lagging.
He was on top of the racetrack.
What do you mean?
He felt nervous, in fact, that he was going to put it in the wall. He said he was holding his breath every time he turned the wheel. And so again, major changes from yesterday to today. It seems to be paying off. Davis AJ runs in the 7th position.
Eric Almirola runs in 2nd position now, and when I talked to his crew chief Tyler Allen about their car today, he said we'll have it trimmed out a lot. However, Eric was really good in turn 2 and turn 4.
Yeah, probably should have saved that for next year.
There, and you can't do that unless you're glued to the track a little bit. So it was really a balance. And Steve, you know this. You got to choose what your driver will be fast with, and when you look at those corner speeds, you want to be faster there so you can set up the leader to pass him. So they didn't trim him out too far, he doesn't believe.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can make the car have as much straight line speed, but if you have to get out of the gas more than the others in the corner, you just kind of erase that advantage and it goes away. The battle right here. We saw that crash on the first lap, all the grass on the racetrack. Look at the grill, the 16. It's just full of grass, and that does 2 things. Number 1, it makes the engine run hotter. Number 2, it makes the car drive differently. So you got to get it cleaned off or the engine could overheat. You don't want to keep it, you don't want to clean it off because it actually helps the performance of the car. It takes drag away and adds downforce. That's a great combination. Very few things can do that.
That's right. As long as the engine doesn't run too hot, I agree. Leave that on there. Almirola showing the experience he has. We talked a lot about, you know, the different setup between aerodynamics and horsepower, but it's still Indianapolis. Still these very challenging 4 corners. Eric Almirola has over 1,400 laps here just racing. Forget practice.
No, I've
and
never
testing
seen it.
and all the other things he was able to take part in as a cup driver. I do think, even though the rules might be a little different, Jeff, all those laps have to help with the small details it takes to be good around here. Yeah, watch what Cole Custer's doing. Look how far he stays out before he gets to the bottom of the corner, right? That is actually, even though he's running faster lap times, doing that is actually helping Almirola get clean air. Custer could actually close his entry up a little bit, take some of that air away from Almirola. It might make Custer go slower, but it would hurt Almirola to the point where I don't know if he could make the pass. Almirola is clearly faster.
Well, these 2 cars have pulled away from the pack. Allgaier running 3rd is 4.5 seconds behind these 2.
And I actually think for these 2, it could be a good idea to work together. So this is one of those tracks that even with the new pit road speed, there's some debate on whether you could pit under green right at the end of the stage and save a lap or not. It's kind of a coin flip, working the math. But if these 2 can draft down the straightaways, work through the corner, you see that gap back to Allgaier, 4.6 seconds. If they can continue to extend that, Jeff, that kind of shuts that opportunity off.
Oh, Chandler Smith is slow in the backstretch.
We see the 81 slow, Kim.
That's probably going to end up being a caution.
And then came on and said, I have 0 fuel pressure. I am not going to make it back to pit road. So major issues for the 81 of Chandler Smith.
Caution.
Yeah, he is not able to get to an access road, and that brings the caution out. So there'll be a restart, but Chandler Smith. Take a look at what happened between the 9 and the 98 here.
Oh, right, Herb's underneath. Brandon Jones gets really tight on the exit of that corner.
So that was an interesting battle between the 7 and the 9 and the 98. And it was interesting, Jeff, because it's almost like a mix of everybody having to work together. He came on the radio, Riley Herbst, said, I'm better through the corners, but the JRM cars are better down the straightaway than me. We need to work together to stay as a group. So that was what they were trying to do. Now the contact with him and the 9 may have not included that working together part, but it's almost like you have to find your partners on the track, Jeff. Stick with each other if you're going to make any progress towards the leaders.
Yeah, Marty, and I think the interesting conversation about I'm better in the corners, they're better down the straights, and that's the trade-off, Steve, that you talked about. You can make your car less drag, go down the straightaway, but it's not going to drive as well. And Riley Herbst's noticing that in the guys he's racing against.
Interesting spot for a caution, 13 to go in the stage. So, you know, the conservative route is to just stay out right here. And
So had about 9 minutes of racing there and about 10 laps, I think it was, something like that.
Laps, and with these yellows, they're going to be able to run more than 45 laps. You could pit here, and you don't need fuel again until the end of stage 2, which I expect to see everybody pit again as well. So, you know, I don't know what Custer and Almirola might do. You know, they probably would stay out, or Custer for sure, looking at those points. But there is an outside opportunity where I can make sense for pitting under this yellow. We'll just see if any of the crew chiefs opt to do that.
Little strategy move there. Let's see which drivers are on the move. Brought to you by Ashley Furniture. Since the start of the race, Marco Kligerman has made up 23 positions. Austin Hill, 22. Again, those two had to start in the back. Ryan Sieg, Benedetto, and Kyle Sieg all making up teens as far as laps. Chandler Smith bringing out this caution. Unfortunately, we heard from Kim at the start of the show that this is a dream. This is a dream for Chandler Smith to be able to race at this racetrack, and very unfortunate that it only lasted 17 laps.
Yeah, this is not the dream he was hoping for. Turned into a little bit of a nightmare, and nothing really he did wrong. He was just behind that wreck stacked up.
There is still air going through. Yeah, you're right.
What the wreck did, though, when we, the points, we have Sammy Smith and Ryan Sieg only a point apart. And we have seen time and time again that these points really come down to stage points. Who can run inside the top 10 at the end of each stage? So as we see the 00 looking to come to pit road, I think there's going to be a split decision.
What's up, Carl? How you doing? From the UK. We got UK NASCAR fans.
Riley Herbst as well.
Hey, thank you for watching this.
Potentially given stage
Watching
points
NASCAR instead of fucking that dumbass F1 shit. I mean, I like F1, but not as much as this.
Just had a four-wheel slide going, Kim.
And for Cole Custer, he said, I just need to be freed up a little bit, and the tires were losing a little bit of grip, but he said I might be better on fresher tires, so they did elect to bring him down. They're going to put fresh Goodyears on. You see the chassis adjustment to free him up, and Cole Custer will finish up service here, Marty.
Philip Bell, the crew chief for Brandon Jones, told me yesterday, I'm willing to be aggressive today.
Boy, bro.
This is a pretty aggressive move.
Boy, bro. Don't talk about F1, my tiki-tacky F1.
End of stage 2, Justin Allgaier complimented Jim Pullman, said the changes you made were spot on. We are so much better today than we were yesterday. That's everybody leaving pit road, Rick, but we saw several teams decide to stay out here.
Yeah, 17 stayed.
I like Hamlin fans.
Big gain there for Austin Hill, best pit crew on pit road.
Reputations are earned. They're built with hard work, time, and consistency. They're respected.
Surgeon Lives found your channel.
Trusted. They're real. And they're
Max Verstappen clears any NASCAR driver.
Introducing Traveler Whiskey, the result of reputation.
Give your engine the attention it deserves with Napa.
Stream commentaries are always more interacting than the TV ones. Yeah, because in my stream, I'll complain about how bad my back is fucking hurting right now. But in the NASCAR broadcast, they don't talk about that.
But our new sweet heat sauce will have you saying, ooh, not ow. What are you waiting for?
Ah!
And try it. And now, get here early for deals on dinner classics.
I love this moment when the audience knows the show's about to begin. A great show tells a great story. It transports you. It makes you feel. This summer, one of our greatest stories will be told in a way you've never seen before, when the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympics is staged here on the Seine. The wait is almost over.
Your summer, work or play, Toyota Tacoma delivers. Come lease a new
Premier Sports.
redesigned 24 Tacoma SR5, now $489 a month. Many available. Signed, Burdick Toyota and Cicero. Visit burdicktoyota.com.
More people play slots at Turning Stone for more chances to win. More jackpots like these.
The only bummer is time zones, yeah. Because what is it right now? It's like probably 10 p.m. for you, I think. It's 4 o'clock right now, so it's probably 10 p.m., I think. Maybe 11.
And Buffalo. Turn your house into a comfort dream home. Get 10% off your project, plus no interest and no payments for 12 months. Contact Comfort today.
Your summer, work or play, Toyota Tundra delivers. So come get 1.99 for 48 months financing on your new 24 Toyota Tundra, plus $1,000 customer cash. Signed, Burdick Toyota. See BurdickToyota.com.
Indiana and Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So much history here, and so many things that take place in Indianapolis. You see great sporting events, the Olympic trials for swimming were held here. They built a swimming pool inside of Lucas Oil Stadium. And then, of course, the Indy 500 in the month of May, and the Brickyard 400, as well as the Xfinity Series this weekend. Getting ready for the restart. You're watching the NASCAR Xfinity Series Pennzoil 250 from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Marty.
Rick, that was a very fortunate pit stop for Brandon Jones.
Sunday you're going to bed at 2 a.m. and have to be up at 6, yeah.
Did not know it, but when they came down pit road, they took all 4 tires off.
If Sam guys are alcoholics, maybe you guys will get along well. Yeah, I am an alcoholic, so.
Brandon Jones, and again, they did not know that, so they pitted without that knowledge. That could have gotten a lot worse, Steve, had something else gotten into that tire.
Bro, why the fuck? Like, I don't want to be one of these bitches. I don't want to be one of these back hurt bitches. You know, all the fucking, like anybody over the age of, like, 27 is just constantly never shuts the fuck up about their goddamn back.
Who's going to score more points in this state?
And I didn't want to be one of those fucking bitches. But now I am.
That they're thinking they need to be aggressive and try to win a race before the playoffs. Yeah, I think when the green flag dropped, before the green flag dropped, they had a strategy. But once that wreck happened on the first lap, I think they needed to change their strategy. They could be leading this race right now. Okay, there was a puncture, but it wasn't through the tire. I mean, we don't know that it would have leaked. I think they gave up a stage win, which would have been 10 points.
Nervous times, though, for the 9, the 00, the 88. These are cars that all were up front. Now they are dead in the middle of the pack. We see how quickly that turned into trouble on lap 1.
See how the handling goes. The 98 of Riley Herbst and the 16 of A.J. Allmendinger making up row 1. Back into the restart zone.
Back green.
Green flag back in the air.
Maybe a bath would help.
Attempted side draft there for the 98 of Herbst.
Might be onto something, Andy.
Side of the 16.
What if I did like a bath stream or like a hot tub stream? Like, you know those people. No, if I was gonna do a hot tub stream, I need to have some girls to like make out with.
A pair of Fords on the bottom.
NASCAR is the best in the world.
And Riley Herbst is leading at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's Connor Daly in the 26 trying to move.
You get a lot of respect from the USA, very welcoming. Yeah, usually I don't like the Brits, but if you're a NASCAR fan as a Brit, that's cool, you know, because, like, you have all the, everyone's telling you, fuck NASCAR, bro. Fuck NASCAR, bro. Oh, they go left. They go left in a circle, bro. So, yeah, most Brits I hate, but you seem cool.
We see Shane Van Gisbergen trying to make the pass here on Anthony Alfredo.
I don't actually hate the Brits. It's just kind of like it's a rivalry thing, you know? Y'all blew a 13 colony lead, so we'll talk our shit, but it's all love.
vying for position as we see the 31 moving to the outside. See if Parker Retzlaff can complete this pass.
It's that yellow car, that 9 car we talked about. Brandon Jones, he pitted on lap 18. He has gotten in front of everybody else that pitted with him. So he is the first car on tires.
And how big of a difference will they make? Dave, what about Parker Kligerman and the moves he's made?
Yeah, Rick, he stayed out, obviously, on that pit stop. Restarted in the 7th position. There you see the orange and white, number 48. Now, Parker is a man of habit. He's had the same image on his cell phone for the last 5 to 7 years. It's an image of a Formula One car going through a corner at Spa. It motivates him. But this week, he decided to change it. He knew he would have a good race car. Remember, he crashed in qualifying, and he changed it to a mantra: find a way to win. Before they took the green today, Parker got on the radio to his crew. They had already repaired his race car. He said once again to them, find a way. Steve, is this the way? Staying out here, going to the interstate, do you see a way for a fast 48 car to make it from here to the victory lane?
Well, the positives for the 48 is to get out of traffic, get a little bit of a balance read on your car. You got to score some points right here. So for the 48 who's above the cut line, I think that's a very high value. Now, the challenge is going to be when he pits at the end of the stage, he's going to give up a ton of track position. So it'll really be a test of that mantra. Can he find a way through traffic once they have to give up that track position, as now we see the 9 continuing to move forward.
Brandon Jones back inside the top 10, and he's able to clear the 11 of Josh Williams. Marty.
Rick, I gotta tell you, this ride for Brandon Jones since the restart is so impressive. Plus 11 spots and now in a position in 6 laps to collect some stage points. And Jeff, they told him on the radio, you are the furthest forward of everyone who pitted with us. You have a tire advantage on everyone in front of you. Now plus 12 for Brandon Jones. Do you want that information behind the wheel from your spotter, Jeff, to say, hey, you have the tire advantage, take advantage of it at the end of the stage?
Oh, for sure. And I my concern, as we said before the start of this run, was that he wasn't going to get back up there and get points up. Well, guess what? He is going to get stage points, and he should be leading all the cars that have tires and on the same pit strategy as he is. So, and he's way faster than the 2 cars in front of him, so he could finish top 4 and get those stage points and get track position.
It looks like Riley Herbst might win this stage, which would fucking suck. I hate Riley Herbst. Hopefully he doesn't win today. That would totally just blow. My pick to win was Sam Mayer, and he crashed out on fucking lap 1. What's the closest track to you in the Cup Series? I would love to take with to Daytona, but she's having none of it. I would rather Disney. She'd rather go to Disneyland. Well, what I'd say is next February, go to Disney World in Florida. Because Disneyland and Disney World is 2 different things. So go to Disney World in Florida in February, and then take the hour drive to Daytona.
Under 4 laps to go.
You see Brandon Jones is caught. Benedetto, Parker Kligerman's right in front of him. There's 2 guys with 4 laps to go.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's like the perfect compromise. Get both of those in there.
I've talked to Brandon a lot about this year. He knows what he has to get done.
But I appreciate you subscribing.
These points matter.
What's the closest track to me in the Cup Series? Closest track to me is Watkins Glen, but that one kind of sucks. So I haven't been there for since in like 10 years. The ones I've been to is New Hampshire, which is about 5 hours away from me, and Pocono, which is about 3 hours away from me, and then Dover is like 5 hours away from me also.
Saban's not having a bad day still. He's running 20th, so it's not like he's wrecked his car and he can't compete. But just shows you what a good run does. Ryan C. Curley projected to move all the way in to the green and plus 11. That's pretty good for starting the weekend delayed in travel, and Noah Gregson, practicing your car for you while you were trying to find a flight to Indianapolis.
Yeah, Ryan Sieg, like so many others in the United States, had airline issues, and so he was a little bit late to practice yesterday, but was able to get some laps, and now is very good running in the 3rd spot. Marty?
Yeah, Rick, how many people woke up Friday morning, your flight is canceled? Ryan Sieg among those, and he said, I was really worried about even making it to the track for practice, made it halfway through, and yes, this call to put him out front.
Well, speaking of UK fan, they see the 11 picture and get booze. Yeah.
Could be the difference. You never know when you can gain points. This could be a big swing for Ryan Sieg in that 39 team.
I like Denny, so
Chasing after
you won't get any booze there.
Allmendinger.
I got to meet Denny a few weeks ago. He's super nice.
Seconds behind Riley Herbst. Brandon Jones up to 5th now. 5.5 seconds back. He'll try to go by Kligerman before the end of this stage.
Jones has now got a little bit of pressure from behind the 7 of Allgaier. You know, he's not right on his bumpers. You can see there's a gap back to him. But now that the 7's in clean air, there he is. That very dark car all by itself. It's hard to make out the car number, but that's the 7 of Allgaier. So he doesn't want to get held up behind the 48.
And again, under 2 laps remaining in stage 1. And the furthest forward of the cars that came to pit road is the 9 of Brandon Jones. He wants to get stage points. At the same time, with all these cars that are potentially in front of him at the end of this stage, they'll come to pit road. He'll take over the lead.
This is exactly what Steve
So the final lap of stage 1 here, Riley Herbst has the 2.2 second lead over AJ Allmendinger. It looks like Riley Herbst is going to end up getting the stage win. What are you drinking? I'm drinking some beer, some Budweiser.
Parker Kligerman, he takes the spot.
That was a huge move for the 9. Big opportunity to clear the 48. If he'd have been side by side, the 7 would have been attacking. Now can he kind of park the 7 back there behind the 4 or beside the 48? He does. That should give the 9 at least a chance to get back to the line. Didn't get off of 2 very well. That allowed the 7 to catch up to him, but having a better turn 3, he's going to be able to drive away.
Riley Herbst is going to get the win for the stage. This battle right here is taking place for the 4th spot. Second stage win for Riley Herbst as he crosses.
So Riley Herbst wins stage 1 at Indianapolis.
Allmendinger will be 2nd, 3rd, Sieg, and
No, I hate Kevin Harvick.
for 4th, then 5th. Cole Custer battle.
Jaden doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a douche. I'll be back in just a few minutes, guys. I'm going to go outside and smoke. I'll be right back.
Correct on lap 1 of this stage, but it was Riley Herbst who stays out and gets the win in stage 1.
When we're young, we're told anything is possible, but only a few of us go out and prove it. Witness the greatness of Anna Hall on a connection worthy of gold. Xfinity Mobile. Only Xfinity gives you the most powerful mobile Wi-Fi network with speeds up to a gig in millions of locations. And right now, Xfinity Internet customers can buy 1 unlimited line and get 1 free for a year. Get the fastest connection to Paris with Xfinity.
What's the square root of pi?
Some things just add up, like the 2x2x2 at IHOP. 2 eggs your way, 2 bacon strips, and 2 buttermilk pancakes. Monday through Friday, all for $6.
One can I see with a telescope from Cedar Lake?
This is your old neighborhood, right? This is where I grew up. Check this out. Imagine Little Italy in 1954.
Summarize this.
It starts with an empty prompt.
Oh, there it is.
And the most advanced AI at your fingertips.
If this is your idea of ladylike, you're gonna fit right in. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Give your engine the attention it deserves with Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. Its advanced formulation delivers faster flow and temperature protection in the harshest driving conditions, elevating engine performance by helping it run cleaner, longer. Available now at Napa.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
They say you can't put a price on fun, but they don't know what the heck they're talking about. Fun's now $1.99 at Sonic with creamy queso wraps and more. Take that, they. The Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99.
Monday.
Isn't it great to be alive on a Monday night?
CM Punk returns.
Surprise, I got a lot to get off my chest.
What does the best in the world have to say? Raw, Monday at 8, only on USA. NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Progressive. Save when you bundle motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. Visit Progressive.com. Ashley, for the love of home, shop in-store or online. And by Toyota. Let's go places. Great views today for aerial coverage brought to us by Shady Rays. Being down on the front stretch here of Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So before they come to pit road, let's take a look at the points as they run. Riley Herbst, you see him as the leader of the race up there in 8th. But Ryan Sieg and Sammy Smith, 11 points separating them the way they're running.
Yeah, really nice job by Ryan Sieg. It's one thing to make the call to stay on the racetrack, but you still have to, get a good restart, do what you have to do behind the wheel. He did that, finished 3rd in that stage.
8 stage points for Sieg.
We talk in the pre-race about the upcoming schedule. Just a reminder to the fans, Xfinity has 7 races, including today. They don't work on the same playoff schedule as the Cup cars. So we see Daytona, Atlanta, Watkins Glen, Bristol. We see quite the variety of racetracks, 7 including today, before the playoff field is set.
And we see who's making their way onto pit road now. Those that didn't come just a few laps ago. Dave.
Parker Kligerman got 7 stage points there. You saw him on the playoff standings, still 11th out of 12, so he needed those points. Good run for them. He said his car was tight. They're going to make a big adjustment, tape on the front of the grill, and then 3 rounds up on the track bar. That's significant. He hopes it'll help Kim.
AJ Allmendinger, top right. The crew reminding them where to put his left side tires. These boxes are so narrow, they want to make sure the crew has room to service the car without getting squeezed. AJ said, by myself, I'm not bad getting in the corners. I'm just tight center off now. They'll make a chassis and air pressure adjustment, Marty.
Kim, Rick, and Steve talked about it. The valuable stage points for Ryan Sieg. Said he's too tight center exit for his car. Meanwhile, Riley Herbst on pit road. And he said the good news is we got our playoff point. The bad news is we're going to be deep in traffic for Riley Herbst, who's worried about being too free in all that traffic. Now the interesting part, Rick, is how far do all these cars start back in the field in this stage 2?
Well, surprisingly, only 10 cars stayed out, so the first off the pit road gets that 11th spot here. We'll have a restart when we return.
If you're living with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis or active psoriatic arthritis, symptoms can sometimes take you out of the moment. Now there's Skyrizi. So you can show up with clearer skin and show it off. With Skyrizi, you can take each step with 90% clearer skin. And if you have psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi can help you get moving with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and less joint pain. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about how Skyrizi can help with your skin or joint symptoms. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Discover cool nights with a new mattress from Ashley. With the best mattress brands and styles under one roof, we've got you and your sleep covered. Plus, get 0% interest for 60 months with no minimum purchase required. Shop more.
I'm back, and Jaden's still a douche. I didn't change while I was gone.
Applebee's mozzarella sticks are just 50 cents for a limited time. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood. And so after pits, the field is making the way back around, and we take a look at
My back is still shit, Jaden, but you know what?
And that changes everything. 12th right now.
I'm not gonna let it bring me down, you know? That'd be pussy shit. That ain't the fucking American way.
That gives you a whole idea.
You know, imagine if Trump walked off that stage and was like, ow, my ear hurts. No.
Take the elevator to get to where you are now.
No. We fucking keep on going. Alright?
Get a few steps in here today. But I love being in this park here in Victory Lane. You know what? As we look
But no, it does
and think
fucking
about
hurt.
what happened there, a lot of games as far as points were, you know, perfectly, but you can never have too many of those. But Ryan
Oh yeah, Jaden's one of my best friends.
if this happens to work out for Brandon Jones,
But he's also a douche nozzle.
it gets this win today. My, how the playoff picture gets completely turned upside down.
I will tell you, DJ plays this down. You know, he loves to be in victory lane. He is a big race killer. And that guy, Daytona 500s and Brickyard 400s and Southern 500s, he was the guy. You would chase that 88. That thing would get on playing down the straightaway.
You're a fucking douche nozzle.
The corners.
How about this guy?
Is that?
Yeah.
That's Byron.
Byron out for a jog.
I was supposed to jog with him, but he had to
There's
come
William Byron out there taking a fucking jog.
I'll really be as dialed in. I'm telling you, I know
Yeah.
a little bit of a dry spell over the summer, won those races early, but I think that 24 is going to continue to be impressive second half of the year.
We jogged down to the pastry store this morning.
Yeah, it was closed, thank goodness.
How about you, Jill? Did you get pastries this morning?
I actually did get a pastry.
Why are they stalking him? Jaden, they're not. Thing is, on the back of your ticket, if you buy a fucking ticket to a race, it says on there that by buying this ticket, you are agreeing to be on TV if NASCAR decides to film you. It'll say something along those lines.
For straight line speed, so they geared their setup more towards the balance side of things. It's working for Anthony right now.
He's there though. He's a NASCAR driver. That's definitely in his contract.
They stayed out this last stop so that they had a set waiting later in the race.
You asked Kim about pastry. I was thinking you were going to ask Kim if she went for a run this morning, because normally that would have been something that Kim would have done. A few penalties.
All right, going back green here. Going to be lap 35.
The 11 had issues on pit road.
Brandon Jones has the lead. And green flag is back in the air.
Allgaier, the only driver in the field for the Xfinity Series that's won here on the oval. And he restarts on the outside of the front row as they get ready to go into turn one.
Got up the racetrack just a little bit. That allowed Brandon Jones.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to work and call someone a douche nozzle. Do that. You should do that. I think I think my boss called me a douche nozzle once.
How about Carson Qualpa right there, fifth car in line, pushing the 00 down.
And then I called her something equally mean back. Me and my boss are friends also.
21 years old out of Mooresville. Doesn't matter the size, type of racetrack, experience level at that racetrack. Finds his way to the front.
A lot of success in the late models right now for Carson Qualpa, and they're telling him, everyone that is mentoring him or giving him advice, saying, don't be in such a hurry to move up through the rankings. You are great right now in the late models, and you're showing that no matter what kind of a car you get behind the wheel of, you can be competitive.
Connor Daly in the 26, a little Indy car move, popped out of line at about the yard of bricks. Just unable to really kind of get that pass, although he still holds the position on the 39. Now it'll really be who the 97 wants to follow. I think SVG has that opportunity to push one of them by. I would assume he's going to take the bottom. That would be the safer route.
Hey, Sieg in that on the inside. He did a great job of being right on the door. O'Connor Daly, and that allowed him to keep fighting. Without that, he isn't in this position. It was an aggressive move, and that's what you have to do. And here he is. He's going to still fight. So you got to be right on the door. So he missed it that time a little bit. But he's able to slide in front of SVG. Nope, SVG not having it. That's the difference, Steve, between being right on the door and being 2 feet off of him. You need to be, because there's no grip of the racetrack up there, so you cannot give that space.
And I actually think that whole move right there for the 97 shows me how far he's always come in the ovals, right? He kind of
I
defended
think
the position, blocked
this is one of the ovals that the road course guys have been better on historically. I remember Juan Pablo Montoya used to be really good here, you know.
3 times he's gone to victory lane at the road courses.
Dave. Well, and you guys
It's a road course friendly
the
oval.
97 driver, and he told me this weekend, yes, it's absolutely about that. Every time he goes out, he learns a little bit more. And they're learning how to tune on the car for him, too. Whatever they did the first time, he said, I want that again, or maybe 3/4 of that. So communication with Bruce,
You're right.
his crew chief, working well and getting the 97 where it needs to be. Just
You're
so he
right,
can drive
Carl.
it. He just wants to drive it, make passes where he can, and learn. Daniel Dye going to the inside there.
Jumps on the inside of the 44, Brennan Poole.
Daniel dies in the Xfinity Series now.
That 2 still makes me laugh. No right front fender on that 2 as he gets a big toe on the 10 at the top of the screen. The 10 will defend.
We had heard Danny Stockman say, hey, follow somebody. Try to get behind him, use a draft, because you don't have a right front fender to lean on.
At 31, Parker Retzlaff in the middle of this on the bottom. They kind of hit in practice. They did a nice job repairing that 31, trying to recover. That was in practice.
Jones, Allgaier, Custer, Almirola, Quapple, the top 5.
31 car, he also just had an uncontrolled tire penalty, so he had to get through a lot of cars to get here. Dave.
Yeah, Jeff, they were not happy about that, especially since they've been making some ground. Parker had told his team he wants a little bit better entry to the corner, a little tighter, more stable. But they worked hard on it. They spent 2 extra hours with NASCAR's permission working on that car last night to fix it, and an extra 45 minutes this morning. So it's been fast, and now he just has to find his way to get back up there. That strategy thing may come into play, but he's got to pass cars too.
Look how tight that race it is. You have to be so aggressive to clear the guy on the outside of you. If you're not, you get so slow down the straightaway. People behind you trying to make you put you 3 wide. Jim knows it, moves down the racetrack. Big push for the 11. That's what you hope they do. You hope they push you rather than put you 3 wide.
Is it demoralizing to get passed by a car that doesn't have a right front fender?
Yes. Not that it ever happened to me.
That did sound a little personal.
Yeah, experience, I think, speaking there. As we see Parker Kligerman easily go by the 91 there of Kyle Weatherman. Brandon Jones, now things heating up front here with Allgaier and Custer. Almost looking like they're working together, see if they can catch up to the 9.
Not really happy about a Brandon Jones, Justin Allgaier 1-2 right now. Why have the guys that I don't like been doing well today?
Low horsepower allows
Yeah, I'm doing Cup tomorrow.
A little bit. See, Allgaier showing it to him. Brandon Jones entering the corner low, trying to take air away from that 7 car.
That's exactly what you talked about earlier, where the 00 was making that late arc. The 9, that more straighter entry, almost like a defensive move.
And look at the gap it created. And I bet the 9 went slower doing it, but it hurt the 7 car more than it hurt him.
4-car breakaway now. They have 2 seconds between 4 cars and Quapple running 5th. It's Eric Almirola, the 4th car in this line.
Well, I have to say, nobody knew what this rule package would do, but this battle for the front, this is a lot of fun to watch.
So, Jeff, in that first stage, we saw at the end of the first stage, we saw Brandon Jones storm through the field. Now he's trying to hold on to the lead against his teammate Justin Allgaier on the fresher tires. Watching Riley Herbst right now, he is the furthest forward, Steve, of those that put on brand new tires. He's already gained 3 positions, and he has tracked down those cars in front of him. So was it earlier Brandon Jones having a quicker car than the rest of the field, or was it the tires? Well, what Riley Herbst does here, Steve, really tell us the tale of the tail with the tires.
I think it really will. I do think Riley will be able to get probably by the 88, but he'll use the tire up doing that. With 18 to go in this stage, it'll be interesting to see how far he drives forward. And the reason that matters is because that 40-lap final stage, if we get a caution halfway through, Rick, right, then what do? I think if you could restart, 5th, 6th on tires, you're going to be okay. But if you have to go all the way back to 12th, I'm not sure there'd be enough time.
Allgaier looking once again as he goes to the inside for the lead. Allgaier to the inside.
Fuck
of the
Allgaier.
9.
Come on, Custer.
Cole Custer trying to figure out which way he's going to go. He's going to go past on the inside as well. Allgaier leading at Indy. But for how long? Here comes the double
Come
zero.
on, Cole. Get past this bitch. There you go.
So who does Brandon Jones go with right here? They're going to be side by side. Who's Brandon going to draft? Amarola also.
Both? He was trying to be right in the middle.
No, everyone hated Bud Light for the stupidest fucking reason. There was
Missed the bottom a little bit there. Will that be enough for the
like a
night to have run?
transgender Bud Light ad. Like there was a transgender person in a Bud Light ad. And everyone got so pissed off over it. They were like, fuck Bud Light. Fuck Bud Light. I'm never drinking Bud Light again. And like so many people were like that because they're fucking assholes. And then eventually they got over it.
A lot of positions changing up front. But now it's Cole Custer, the pole winner, who's leading.
You get it. You love your bike. We do too. That's why we're America's #1 motorcycle insurer. But do you have to wedge it into everything?
What? Don't do that. This reminds me of my bike.
New legend. Thank you.
The Wolf was about the size of my new motorcycle. Have you seen it, by the way? Happy birthday, Grandma! Look how the brushstrokes follow the line on the gas tank. Hey! Bravo +1. Jamie.
Cue the color with eye-catching furniture available at Ashley. From earth tones to vibrant colors, expressing yourself has never been easier. A more colorful life starts at Ashley. Shop in-store and online.
Give your engine the attention it deserves with Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. Its advanced formulation delivers faster flow and temperature protection in the harshest driving conditions, elevating engine performance by helping it run cleaner, longer. Available now at Napa.
You're unbelievable.
Applebee's mozzarella sticks are just 50 cents for a limited time.
You're so unbelievable.
Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Bottomless confidence, clean and skin free. Drop your pants and show off your dude wipes.
Sorry, the combo's not NASCAR related. Most of the combos on here aren't, so that's okay.
Instead of smears. Dude wipes.
But
Best clean, hands
pull
down.
out the red cups and get an effing garage band. I do not play instruments. Never played a single instrument. Oh wait, no, I played a trumpet in like elementary school.
Feel the groove in the all-new Camry. Toyota. Let's go places.
Who's up for a little bit of chaos? A dash of drama. A touch of temper. Who's down to take it to the streets? To bring the triangle. To hit the bricks. Who's game for a little fireworks between friends? See, that's a trick question. With the playoffs coming, there are no friends.
I do not do pushing like this.
Jaden!
This is a tough competition.
Jaden!
Race to Survive New Zealand. New episodes Mondays at 11.
Jaden!
USA.
Jaden!
Herbst in the 98. He's up to the 4th spot now and chasing after Allgaier. The announcement from Stewart Haas Racing.
Jaden!
Actually, Haas factory team earlier of Cole Custer.
Probably fucking
the Cup Series next year. They've also
No, no.
mentioned that they have offered
Probably climbing on his
Herbst
roof naked.
one of the Xfinity rides for next year. There has not been a confirmation if he would accept that or not, but it has been offered to the driver of the 98.
You see right there at 98, really good on corner exit. About 12 lap pressure tires on the 98.
Stewart Haas cars kind of split the strategy. The 00 did one, the 98 did another.
Well, the chance
Jaden!
of being wrong is 50-50. 50-50. That's my kind of plan.
Allgaier holding holding on to third, 14 laps remaining in stage 2.
And you wonder about the 7. Remember, you see the damage on his rear bumper. Remember, he was in a little bit of that bumper car early. I don't know if it really hurt the car, but it's not showroom quality anymore.
Kim.
And Rick, you mentioned that announcement about Cole Custer returning to the Cup Series next season. We got that announcement here today. We know he's going to drive for the Haas factory team in 2025. But let's talk about the journey back to the Xfinity Series for Cole. Cole never once complained when he came back down to Xfinity. Instead, he put his head down, he went to work, and that work paid off last season in a championship. Yes, his goal was to get back to Cup, but we did not hear him complain about being back in this series. And what we're seeing now, I feel like, is them defending that championship. They are putting together another title season run. We saw them in victory lane last week with that Pocono win. They've been consistent for the majority of the season, winning the pole here today. All the teams I talked to in the garage today said it was Cole Custer with the target on his back today. They said he was going to be the car to beat, and we're seeing him out front right now.
And Kim, to go one step further, regular season points right now for Cole Custer, huge advantage. He's got 51 points on second. That's a race. He has a race advantage right now on second in the regular season point standings.
Great battle right here. 98 of Herb's finally getting by the 7. You see the momentum you lose when somebody gets underneath you. But going back to Custer, he didn't complain, but he didn't like it. He felt like all along he was a Cup driver, and he was committed to getting back to Cup. And, you know, he will be a better Cup driver for having gone through that. And there's no, you know, nothing is easy in this sport, and there's been many examples, Dale Jarrett being one of them, Mark Martin being one, where you had to take a step back, and then you come back better, and I think that's what's going to happen with Cole Custer, but it put a chip on his shoulder, Steve. I mean, when we talked about it, as soon as it happened with him, he was not happy. He did not like it. He appreciated the opportunity in Xfinity, right?
If Cole Custer crosses the line next time, that'll be halfway.
Like that you got out of Cup, but he's made the most of it.
And in the world where a lot of drivers are expected to say the right things, he danced that line that you talked about, Jeff, right? He was appreciative, but never once did he shy away from he wanted to compete on Sunday.
Right. Yeah, his message was clear. His goal was out there, and he let everyone know what it was. And today, the announcement was made that he will be back behind the wheel of a Cup car in 2025. But right now, he's leading at Indianapolis in the Xfinity Series, trying to finish off the season and potentially defend that championship that he won.
So there's the
last
halfway mark on the race.
26 years old. There's a lot of racing left to Cole Custer, and then that experience just makes him that much tougher.
Halfway.
Yeah, as soon as we I saw him down there on the grid. I asked him how the family was. Everybody's doing great, but first child expected in the off weeks over the next 3 weeks. Yeah. So back-to-back wins, leading to a 3-week off time with a, you know, having a child. There's a lot going on for this young man.
Yeah, wife Carrie, I'm sure, is watching, going, "Okay, you guys, enough about all this great stuff about Cole Custer." But yeah, very exciting times for the entire family. Dave.
Rick, I want to give you a Toyota driver update, and that is with the second place driver, Eric Almirola, and what he's doing today is what has been expected of him this year on a semi-retirement tour, coming to the Xfinity Series just to have some fun with Joe Gibbs Racing. His crew chief was a promoted Tyler Allen. He was in the Cup Series last year with Christopher Bell as the lead engineer, got the promotion to crew chief this year. And Tyler says he loves working with the veteran Eric Almirola. He said the funny thing, though, is that we had to kind of get used to being back in the Xfinity Series. Eric was retiring from the Cup Series. Tyler came over from there. So we had to talk parts and pieces that we hadn't talked about in years. But it's been working. Their first time out at Richmond this year, second place. The next weekend, a win at Martinsville. It's going to be a great combination throughout the end of 24.
Custer's out in front. He has a 2-second advantage over the aforementioned Eric Almirola.
When we're young, we're told anything is possible.
At least they went to
Only a
side
few
by
of us
side.
Go out and prove it. Witness the greatness of Anna Hall on a connection worthy of gold. Xfinity Mobile. Only Xfinity gives you the most powerful mobile Wi-Fi network with speeds up to a gig in millions of locations. And right now, Xfinity Internet customers can buy one unlimited line and get one free for a year. Get the fastest connection to Paris with Xfinity.
What's the square root of pi?
Some things just add up, like the 2x2x2 at IHOP. 2 eggs your way, 2 bacon strips, and 2 buttermilk pancakes. Monday through Friday, all for $6.
Give your engine the attention it deserves with Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. Its advanced formulation delivers faster flow and temperature protection in the harshest driving conditions, elevating engine performance by helping it run cleaner, longer. Available now at Napa.
I'm moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. If I had my little way, I'd eat peaches every day. Peaches can't be in my hand, don't care. Millions of peaches, peaches for me. Millions of peaches.
That's a catchy commercial song. I
You
won't
won't
lie.
believe this, but Wendy's has new saucy nugs. Buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, ghost pepper, sauce. And if Wendy's found a way to make their nugs even better, that means anything is sauceable! Okay, not really. But Wendy's nugs are definitely now sauceable. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's.
Watkins Glen has always been that perfect blend of beauty and the beast. A blend of fast and not so fast. This year, the playoffs come to the Glen.
There is a lot on the line.
A perfect blend of drama and history, of twists and turns, of thrills and chills. A perfect racing experience for the whole family. NASCAR playoffs with Watkins Glen. Get your tickets now at theglen.com.
Justin Allgaier has a mirror full of Brandon Jones here. This is for the 4th spot. Allgaier trying to hold off that 9 as they're under 6 laps to go now.
And behind them, AJ Allmendinger.
Caution. Caution is out after almost a 20-minute green flag run there. Who's that?
Brennan Poole is coming at us here. Smoke coming out from behind the
Yeah, Brennan Poole. Trouble for Brennan Poole.
Take a look at what happened.
Herbst, it's a no. Fuck Herbst. Fuck Riley Herbst.
Oh man. So it's interesting because that could be an expired engine, or the way it's kind of
Steering pump, Steve. Steering
Okay. I was gonna say when the smoke comes out of wheel wells like that, it's either an oil line or a power steering line or a power steering pump. As Dave just jumped in and told us, it looks like it's fluid under the hood versus a failed engine. Normally it's out the pipes.
So we're probably gonna go back green with either probably 2 to go, maybe a 1-lap shootout. I'd say probably 2 to go.
It's unfortunate for the 44. We talk a lot about this rules package, but it's an opportunity for some of these teams to have a good run.
Who do I want to win? I want Sheldon Creed.
Steve, you're right on the number if you want to come right now.
Yeah, I think everybody can
probably
make
won't
it from here
happen.
because you're going to get yellows at the end of stage 2. So we're 45 to go, but you're only going to have to run maybe 41-ish if it goes green. So, I think you have to come if you think this is the caution to try to win the race. The problem
My
is,
pick was Sam Mayer, but he wrecked on lap 1.
it's also an opportunity for other guys to stay out and just run a couple laps and finish the stage. So back to that conversation about Ryan Sieg, who's in 8th, right? Or Sammy Smith, who's in 19th. Man, this is, I think, when you're going to have to points race, right? I think you're going to have to try to stay out, steal some stage points. That's assuming we get back racing. 4 to go right here. We'll have to wait to hear from NASCAR. They will not open pit road if they don't believe that we can see at least 1 green flag lap. I think the math works, right? Open it with 3 to go. Get 1 to go, 2 to go, green flag with 1 to go. So we might see like a 1-lap shootout.
They just have to make sure the track is clear, right? That power steering fluid came out of the car. Is it on the racetrack? Once they think it's clear, then they can get rolling here.
And as they run, by the way, That 12 spot, Ryan Sieg, and the 8 of Sammy Smith, they're tied. NASCAR Drive, that's your live race day companion. You can follow your favorite drivers with access to their in-car cameras, or you can choose from alternate camera angles. And that way you can customize your streaming experience. Visit NASCAR.com/drive, or you can download the NASCAR mobile app.
The other advantage NASCAR has in trying to get back green before the end of the stage is that there's only one car lap down. So, you know, you don't have to open pit road twice. No, you can make it a quickie. Exactly. So that means basically a quickie yellow means lead lap and lap down cars can pit at once. A few tools in the toolbox to get this accomplished.
Kim.
And you saw the onboard a second ago of AJ Allmendinger. He was telling his team, I struggle with the rear of the car off turn 4, still tight center off, asking for more of what they did on the last stop. I do think they will come down during this next caution opportunity. So AJ Allmendinger looking for adjustments on that race car.
So the real challenge is, say if you are, you know, Sieg or Sammy Smith and you stay out, if everyone else pits, you know, I'm not sure you'll finish in the top 10, right? Because you take a restart, you would think you should be able to, but you know, you go down to turn 1 and in only one lap, Jeff, right? If you get a little slide and new tires get you 2 wide and 3 wide, and you somehow lose momentum off turn 2 with this lower horsepower package, you know, I think you should be able to come back around somewhere in the top 3 or 4, but easier said than done.
You could get freight train, and we're hearing that pit road is still closed. And
Jaden!
Is that going to force this one to end?
Yeah, this would be the end of the stage, because we're coming to 3 to go.
Okay, I guess it's going to end under yellow.
I don't believe. Oh, now pits are open. You see right here, big decision. Custer, everybody gets the information.
I guess not.
So a late call to open pit road. Looks like everybody gets it, except for, I bet that's Ryan Sieg, who stayed on the racetrack.
Dave.
Second place, Eric Almirola was told we are in our fuel window now, so go ahead and pit. We'll give you 4 tires. Eric said, I need the car to point better. Need a little bit of turn apex to exit, so they'll make that change with an air pressure adjustment. They'll fill it full of fuel, Kim.
For Cole Custer, the handling went away during that run. At the beginning, he said, I don't know if I would touch it. Then it got pretty tight by the end. He said it's hard to manage when you go deep in a run. We'll look for an adjustment. You're seeing that right there. 4 French Goodyear tires, no go fuel, Marty.
Boy, that was a late call to open pit road. Good thing that most of them made it to the pit stall or pit road.
So Riley Herb said we were really good to fire off. I just lost the front tires towards the end of the run. Justin Allgaier said the same thing. In fact, towards the end of that run, he said, quote, we're just absolutely plowing out here. So handling means a lot here. And Riley Herbst, how about that? What a job by that pit crew. They will win the race off pit road, gaining 2 spots, Rick.
Yeah, 2 spots gained by Herbst. He'll win the race off pit road. Custer, Almirola, Allmendinger, Allgaier, Austin Hill and SVG gaining spots, but 3 cars stayed out. So the 39, the 42, and the 45 all stayed out, stayed on the racetrack, and that means that the furthest up Herbst can start will be potentially that second row.
So if you are Ryan Sieg, what you've done is you stayed on the racetrack trying to get stage points. Steve laid it out. Can he keep everybody from getting by him and getting stage points? The key to that happening.
Can't believe nobody knows over there who Denny Hamlin is.
What are they going to do? Are they going to stay on racetrack? Many times, Steve, slower cars will stay out, but they will go all the way to the back of the pack and use the next caution at the stage end to come in and pit. What do? I think the only chance for Sieg here is those 2 guys stay out and slow everybody up in turn 1 and let him get away. And the choose is going to be very interesting because...
So it's going to be a 1-lap shootout.
You know, where do you pick with these used tires? Like, what position do you kind of get, you know, what lane do you pick?
Look at how close it was, and the 00 checked up, maybe gave that 98 a little shove.
Yeah, NASCAR should go. Should at least do a few international races. That'd be kind of cool. Not Mexico, though, because Kyle can't race there.
Stopped, but you can almost pull out on a narrow pit road and block it.
The 42 of Leland Honeyman, who's a driver who's been racing something since the age of 2. He's 3rd in the point standings for ARCA East back in 2022 when he was 17 years old.
You say 2?
He was 2. He's been racing something since he was 2 years old. I would imagine you would have done the same thing with your brother Ward.
I was running from him. He was racing from Ward.
Yeah.
All right, you can see already Smithley has pulled, he is laying over and letting everybody go. Okay, so that's one car that Sieg did not want to see do that. So now he's going to have Herbst right behind him, pushing him into turn 1.
Or trying to pass him into turn 1.
Well, there's a couple signatures of Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Have I tried Hers
One
blue
is the very
cheese,
long, very narrow pit
buffalo
road,
chips?
which
I don't
we
like
saw
either of
in
those things.
0 kind of
I haven't tried
moving on.
Hers, but I don't like blue
The other
cheese and I don't like
signature
buffalo chips.
is the restart zone.
Actually, I haven't tried
Bed
buffalo
is
chips.
So flat.
No, I'm thinking of
The
barbecue
perception
chips.
is almost a
Barbecue
little
chips I don't
difficult to
like.
kind of see. Jeff and I were just out there.
I haven't
earlier
tried
today.
buffalo
It's really
chips.
hard to. I mean, this track has no elevation. It's just so flat that this has the makings for a stack up, right? A couple guys on older tires, a lot. The 98 and the 00 are going to try to roll into the zone to get a run. I mean, this is going to be a big moment here for the 39. Marty, he's going to have to really get a good acceleration to keep that 98 at bay.
Yeah, he needs a terrific restart here. Matt Noyce, his crew chief, just told me, he said, hey, listen, we saw the 8, Sammy Smith, on pit road for most of that caution. So for us, this was a no-brainer. Remember, they got eight stage points in stage 1. This is heads-up racing at its best. There you see Smith finally has left pit road, but he's the last car on the lead lap. He's trying everything he can to take advantage of stage points here, Kim, as they battle it out, trying to make the playoffs with 7 races to go.
Yeah, no, likely have to come back down. It's just been bad luck after bad luck for Sammy Smith. Got caught up in that early incident to get the damage.
Don't
that
be
was
sorry
done.
for
Why were they
spam.
on pit road?
I like
The
spam.
Barabon got pushed into the hole of the car that it was covering with the high speed.
As long as you're not
steering,
doing
so they
like,
had to
as long as you're not
replace
doing
that
this.
Barabon. Crew chief Adam Wall just kind of beside himself.
If you do
and all of the
that,
bad luck
then
that they have been
that's
through this
annoying.
weekend.
You know.
DJ.
Yeah, guys, I was listening to you talk there about Ryan Sieg and what he might do. If it were me in this situation, I would wait as late in the restart zone as I possibly could to make that a shorter time. And those guys being anxious behind you, they're not going to get as good a run and jump on you. May work, may not, but that would be my thought process.
I like that, DJ. And then on top of that, no matter what, leave turn 1 super low. Do not allow that 98 to get underneath you. If you can leave turn 2 with the lead.
Oh, I'm not all streamers though. I'm not a lot of streamers. I'm a different. I talk about fucking anything. I'll talk about a lobster fucking a whale.
They're getting ready to come into the restart zone right now.
Green flag.
Back into the gas. Sieg getting a push from the 98. They bottle up behind him. Parker Clearman jumps out of line quite a few rows back. But Sieg surging ahead sideways.
Woo.
Behind him, it looked like the 00 of Cole Custer now on the outside, 3-wide.
One lap shootout for the stage. Who's it gonna be?
Issue on this restart.
Sieg got exactly what he wanted right there. They got bottled up in the
It
second
looks
row.
fuck Riley Herbst. Oh shit!
Fighting for every spot.
All guy almost fucked himself.
Sieg has a car link over Riley Herbst through the short chute. And coming into 4 for the final time of stage 2.
Great move by Sieg. Turned super early. Did not.
And Ryan Sieg is gonna win stage 2 at Indy.
It's going to be Ryan Sieg. He's able to hold on and win stage 2.
That was great driving, understanding the situation and executing on all the things he needed to do by Sieg.
And any question about tires being necessary for a late yellow has gone out the window for me. Ryan Sieg has just proven on 23-lap older tires that track position is king. So I made a note. If I'm Almirola, Herbst, Allmendinger, Allgaier, Custer, any of those teams.
Ryan Sieg able to grab those 10 stage points for winning stage 2. It's his first stage win since 2022.
Oh yeah, you just noticed the light background, yeah.
Applebee's mozzarella sticks are just 50 cents for a limited time. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
When migraine strikes, do you question the trade-offs of treating? Ubrelvy is another option.
Should be a cloudy day tomorrow in Indy, as long as it don't rain.
Take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic
I don't care what the weather's like, as long as it don't rain.
for nausea and sleepiness. Ask about Ubrelvy.
If your answer to the summer heat is let it rain, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Delicioussement.
They say you can't put a price on fun, but they don't know what the heck they're talking about. Fun's now $1.99 at Sonic with creamy queso wraps and more. Take that, they. The Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99.
I cannot keep
If you want the rain, bring the NASCAR. That is true.
This is a tough competition. This season is no joke. I don't know if I can jump. This is starting to feel like torture. I'll do whatever it takes. We don't want to go home. We'll go till I die. I don't care.
You will be given no food for this competition.
You either make it or you don't.
Let's go!
Race to Survive New Zealand. New episodes.
Brown, blonde, pink and red. It's so me. That's what we said. Root touch up, you just don't skip. Colour that matches from root to tip. Just mix, brush, dry, break, kiss it, bye-bye. Clear, I'm ready to colourfy. Root touch up is the hair colour I want to be.
Yeah, apparently there's a race in Eldora. Yeah, I saw that. It's like some dirt race.
Promises of trust not to be broken. Whether spoken with an oath,
Sprint car race.
It's your first day. You know I got your back, right?
or sealed with a pinky. In 1922, a group of soldiers launched USAA with a promise to take care of their own. And after 100 years, we're still taking care of the military community and their families. That's our mission. Always.
More of our new offers today.
I think we lose sight of the enormity of what is Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It covers 560 acres. And you think about the sizes of some of the greatest coliseums. The Roman Coliseum in 6 acres, Rose Bowl, 10 acres, Liberty Island, the White House, Yankee Stadium. All of those things pale in comparison to what Indianapolis Motor Speedway is. Vatican City is only 109 acres, and you look at Churchill Downs, a huge facility, 147 acres. So many things that you can see fitting inside the infield at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You can see right there, part of the golf course that we were watching William Byron do a little jog on earlier. Getting ready for tomorrow's Brickyard 400. All right, Steve, so Ryan Sieg was able to grab 10 bonus points, those points at the end of the stage. And so now we'll see.
I don't want to see Denny retire yet. I don't want to see him retire anytime soon.
As far as winning this race.
Well, you know, he has guaranteed points in hand. I think that is very, very valuable when you just look at what he's trying to do by pointing his way into the playoffs. So at this point, now you have to go to the back. You realize you're back here by choice. It was a strategy. You knew you were going to lose track position. But I've actually been really impressed with, we talk about the 39 cars calls, but he has speed to make it work. You know, staying out's one thing, but the speed's another, so I think he can recover. Dave?
Good job for Leland Hunteman Jr. in the 42.
Water's cheating.
Of the front row there, did not spin his tires.
Water, you gotta drink water. If you don't drink water, you're a dumbass.
That's an accomplishment and a good run for him. So
that's what Jay-Z said. I don't know if Jay-Z said that, but I'm sure he would agree with it.
And crew chief Ryan Sieg and Matt Noyes. Ryan came on the radio and said, so we're going to be buried pretty deep in the field. But Matt Noyes said, yes, but we have 18 stage points. That is massive for our race team today. And he said, you're going to have about 35 laps to drive back to the top 10. You have a car easily good enough to do that. Let's make it happen.
Got to have those goals out in front of you. And you think about the greatest names in all of motorsports that have been able to win here, the different track surfaces, bricks, what it used to be, that has now been repaved. But NASCAR coming here in 1994.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is now available with the all-new Big Smasher Burger, piled up high with nearly half a pound of beef. Or you can settle for just some other burger at a drive-thru. Anyway, gonna need some room, because the 3 for Me still fills up the table with the bottomless drink, all the famous Chili's chips and salsa you can eat, and is still the best deal around at just $10.99. See you later, tiny drive-thru burger. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
USA, USA, USA.
Is another option. It quickly eliminates migraine pain. Do not take the strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness. Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
Design a training program so that I can run a marathon.
Summarize this. What's a recipe? Using what I have in my fridge.
It starts with an empty prompt. And the most advanced AI at your fingertips.
This is a trusted space.
It's not USA, it's DNA.
This is a trusted space.
This is a trusted space.
Two stages complete, so let's take a look at who grabbed the most points from those stages. Riley Herbst and Ryan Sieg, both gaining 18 points from the two. Allmendinger, Almirola, Allgaier, Custer, all grabbing some points there. Double digits in points from the stages. All right, DJ, I think actually Ryan Sieg was listening to you when you started a little bit later in that restart zone. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know
So
about
Trump
that,
once
but he
said,
certainly did
believe
the
it.
right thing, and that was a huge, this has been a huge day for him, exactly what he and that team needed. You know, and as I look forward in this, going back to the pre-race show,
Sam Mayer took
Marty
a hard
asked me,
hit.
"Will
Yeah, he took a hard hit in lap
and
one.
Who wins this race today?" And I said, yes, I think it will. And when I look at Eric Almirola and Cole Custer, both former Cup
Green
drivers,
Glag.
that experience that they had there is going to help them battle this out before the end of the day and try to come up here and be the ones that visit me in Victory Lane at the end of this day.
Got a pretty nice little area to hang out there. As we're enjoying the NASCAR Xfinity Series Pennzoil 250 from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Cole Custer won a week ago. Can he continue his winning ways? Dave, what about the 26 of Connor Daly?
Having a fun day. The Noblesville resident just nearby the speedway here, Connor Daly, has raced in the Indianapolis 500 11 times, nearly won it a couple of times too. He's run over 1,600 laps here in an Indy car, but lately he's run just about anything he can get his hands on. This is not his first Xfinity Series start, but earlier this year he ran an ARCA car. He's been in the IndyCar Series a couple of times this year, and he's out here to have fun and learn, and boy has he been learning today. That car has been good. He's in the top 10 before the choose, and his crew chief just said, Chris Bowen said, he just has a way about race cars. He has a good race sense. No matter what he's driving, he just seems to take it well and go with it. And I think he's been doing that today.
Boogity, boogity, boogie. Let's go racing. A bunch of hot dogs.
A big change from what he's driving currently. I do think laps at the track help. The other thing, that 50-minute practice. We interviewed Connor Daly, and he just talked about how with these shortened schedules, everything else he gets in, you get like 10 or 15 laps, one run, maybe two, and off you go. And he was like, man, that 50 laps, a couple sets of tires was just so valuable for him to get a little bit more confidence in this 26 and a little bit more consumable pace. It's hard to kind of get thrown in there, but like, hey man, you get one set of tires.
Must be hot out there. I mean, kinda.
Drivers with low track time, some more track time. It's just such a deficit.
Well, it's his first oval start in the Xfinity Series, right? So when we say he's been in this series before, you know, that's primarily on the road courses.
Oh yeah. 23 degrees. You use weird ass like.
Choose. So
Fahrenheit's better.
Almirola's going to restart. He's going to go to the bottom. And Riley
What
Herbst
the
is gonna
fuck
pull
is a
back.
kilometer?
Take the
Yeah.
on row one.
America.
As we're on board with Allmendinger, another one of our in-car cameras there.
Fahrenheit.
SVG has worked his way up into row 3, just, you know, kind of methodically worked his way up here. And this will be, we talk about learning. Well, there's one thing about running the laps and racing, but Jeff, I don't think there's anything you can simulate like a restart and a restart near the front. The gamesmanship is different. The acceleration is different. You know, from row 8 to row 1, 2, 3, it's very different. Now, he knows how
Gallon
to
is
he does
better.
the road courses all the time, but for the ovals in a place like Indy, navigating 1 and 2 in the
Bottle's a
arrow
gallon.
situation to be put in.
Yeah, the road course is so different because really you're racing, 2 to 3 cars. Here you're racing, there's like 8 just because the guys.
America!
So much of what's
Fuck yeah!
happening and the guys behind you. It's just a
Gonna save the motherfucking day, America! Fuck yeah!
We've been telling the Brandon Jones story. Got points in the first stage, 7 points. Then that last one had a bad pit stop, lost 5 spots on pit road, and then got put 3 wide, had to check up to avoid an incident. And now he's back there, did not get stage points, and he's back there in the pack further than he wants to be at 12th. So a day where it looked like they were going to be able to take advantage, so far Sieg and that team is taking advantage. And the 9 car has cut into that lead, but they need a strong finish to this race, Steve. They've got to move forward from here.
To his inside, his teammate, Carson Quality, Cable mentioned him. A lot of racing experience, but mostly on short tracks. Right behind him, I think that's Matty. Right, Matt Benedetto in that 38 it is. To his outside is the fenderless number 2, Jesse Love still holding on. The 19 right behind him, Joe Graff Jr. making his first start this season. A guy we've seen the series some. Found his way into this Joe Gibbs car. Great opportunity, and you see the tape. That first wreck, man, it banged up a lot of cars. Yeah.
Cars that didn't get
Queen Elizabeth.
damaged in here.
Queen Elizabeth would be very disappointed with how you're talking.
Extended aerial coverage of the Pinzol 250 brought to us by Shady Rays as we get ready for the restart and the start of stage 3.
Green flag.
Allgaier able to put the bumper to the 16 of Allmendinger, and we'll see if that helps on that front row. They're side by side.
Oh, I'd love some more tea. I'd love some more tea to drink with Queen Elizabeth. Oh, shit. Oh, Jesus. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Fuck Riley Herbst.
Riley Herbst went to the inside of the 20. Herbst now fighting for the lead with Allmendinger as they go into 3. Riley Herbst leading.
Fuck Riley Herbst.
Comes Cole Custer in the 00.
I would like one more cucumber sandwich. I don't do good British accent.
Now 3 wide, the 97 goes to the bottom.
SVG trying to clear, and he does.
Oh!
Around goes Almirola. And the caution is out.
Amazing, nobody got into each other behind him.
Sheldon Creed, the other Joe Gibbs car, had him lined right up. I was afraid it might be a Joe Gibbs Racing wreck.
Almirola was struggling with his car. He got really loose.
I'm going to try and not blow the fenders off of it. I'm going to come to you right now. I'm coming to you right away.
Let's say Adrian with Herbst, he sucks, and remember 2021, fucking
what happens is if they finally lose there and come apart, they
Daytona road course, he wrecked Allmendinger.
Trying to creep around here, but at the same time not lose a lap.
The left side both look up.
Yeah. See, the 21's underneath him, and the 21 got a little bit loose, got up the racetrack, and got into his left rear quarter panel. Looks like everybody got through that.
You can have a lazy spin at 145 miles an hour. It seems like that's what this was.
That's very fortunate. The 6th place car spins in front of everyone on a restart and essentially no contact from anyone. That is
Cole Custer will drive the 41 in Cup, yeah.
a little bit of Graze right there on the left rear quarter panel. I don't think any damage whatsoever, though.
Right along with SVG.
I will tell you from that view, from the other view, it was clear to me that the 21 made contact. I still have that opinion, but the 21 was much lower than I thought from the other view. When I look at the left side tires of the 21, I feel like Austin Hill is probably running as low.
My thing about NASCAR trophies is that I can't pick a favorite NASCAR trophy, so just win them all.
That is not black
I mean,
on the 20 car, so
that way you don't have to pick
evidence as
which
well.
one you want to
And you heard Eric, the
win. Just
veteran,
win them
telling
all.
exactly what he wanted to do, what he felt, and what he was going to do.
I really like the Kentucky jukebox, but that's no longer a thing.
He will help direct the team. He won't always have the final opinion. I'm the crew chief, but he does that veteran thing of really knowing what he wants and how to get it, Marty.
Dave, for his part, Austin Hill said, man, I really did not want that to happen. He said, I was the one who almost wrecked coming off turn 4.
Snoop Doggy Diggity Dog.
I really did not mean to hit him if I did hit him. And he said, we've been so tight. He said, I just don't know why the car is so tight. He could not get it to turn going into turn 1, and that's what caused the wreck.
So we looked at it from a few different ways, but Jeff, I really think that bumper
Daytona 500 or a Cup Championship?
tells the best story of how the contact.
I think I'd rather have a
I
Cup
think it's just
Championship.
racing. But look at the left side
But
of the 21. We know you can look both
if I
over
don't
the
win a
line,
Cup
but he's
Championship,
all the way
I'd
against the
rather
car.
have a
He's coming
Daytona
up 'cause it's corner
500
exit. The 20 doing it, he's
over,
trying to do
like,
it, just hold the 21 down because he's looking for momentum.
I don't know the threshold
That's just racing.
for how many wins I'd rather have a Daytona 500 over. Like, I'd rather have a Daytona over having 5 Cup wins. I'd rather have a Daytona 500 over having like 10 Cup wins. Like 25? I don't know. 20, 25?
I just said, if the 20 doesn't pinch the 21 down, the 20 has no shot. So he's clearly pinching it down. And right there, just a little bit of contact. But it's racing. Like, that's when we ask our drivers to give 100% and do everything that we want them to do and everything they have to do to be successful, these things will happen. And I just, I know Austin Hill takes a little bit of heat for being aggressive, but, I understand if Amaro's upset, but I just don't see where that's anything other than just two guys racing hard at a track that's very slick.
Well, and even the 20 on the radio, though, was, he was the matter of fact about what's wrong with his car coming to pit road. I mean, they call it an accident for a reason.
What number would you prefer? 73.
We're all just really quick.
73 has always been my number that I've used in any game where, like NASCAR, where you create a car. That's my number. 73. MLB The Show, when you create a character, like the number 73. Like, 73 has always been my number. That's the year my mom was born.
That's how I ended up in TV, guys.
Caution comes out again. That means a restart from Indianapolis Motor Speedway when we return.
Why is it most places ask, do you want to add a drink to that, and never, what do you want to add to that drink? Meet Tia Sabarita, our chief flavorista.
A drink is only as good
Jaden!
It's all about finding the perfect combos for any given moment.
Like when the waiter says to enjoy your food and you said, you too.
Grape escape when you're trying to parfait the dia. Rainbow the slush
When you get the ick.
Lemonade cream cooler
When you're in the market for a new babysitter.
Okay, inappropriate.
Lit free. Eat something.
Why is there butter on the stereo?
Looking for a refreshing change? Say goodbye to sluggish performance and reach for the one that won't slow you down. That's crisp. Experience the force of clean, pure oil coursing through your engine. No matter what you drive, Wix Filters is the clear choice. Here's to filtration that works as hard as you do. Wix Premium Filters. Performance starts here.
You don't have to be in the race.
When Mom gets home, she's gonna have to tell you that Queen Lizzie would be very disappointed. I do a terrible British accent, but I got the fucking, wording down. That's my thing.
At the Phoenix Raceway, with the grand prize winner taking home $1 million.
My dilly-dong, diddly-dun did it.
The official lottery game with NASCAR, and home to the NASCAR Powerball playoff.
The jelly. We We Brits can't get enough of our Lewis Hamilton. Sir Lewis would be very disappointed.
A dash of drama, a touch of temper. Who's down to take it to the streets and to bring the triangle, to hit the bricks? Who's game for a little?
You watch Chloe and Ryan Dyer, who what?
See, that's a trick question. With the playoffs coming, there are no friends.
This is my last season. I feel like I've done everything that I need to do.
This could be it for the Phoenix.
Knowing that I've inspired people, it's been such an incredible journey.
American Ninja Warrior, Monday on NBC and Peacock.
The beer guzzling Snoop Dogg is the way forward. I'm Snoop Dogg.
Racing in Indianapolis.
I do smoke
on
weed.
the big track is important for us. I think it's going to give it that big event feel of the Brickyard again. I think of Indianapolis for a few. I think of heroes winning.
So what? We get drunk. So what? We smoke weed. We're just having fun. We don't care who sees. So what? We go out. That's how it's supposed to be. Living young and wild and free.
It is the Brickyard and the Brickyard 400. And we're looking forward to that tomorrow afternoon. Make sure to start your day off, though, in the morning. Watching little golf. The Open will include Royal Troon.
When the fuck are we going to go back green?
And then Brickyard 400.
That's a day.
That is a day.
Pastries and golf? It's coffee, pastries.
Oh, it's going to be an amazing
Racing.
day. Amazing day. You know what I've learned, too, about the Brickyard is every time you watch a little practice, just try to predict what's going to happen, and you just never know what's going to, you know, whether it's sometimes it's the duel between just a couple guys to the front. Sometimes we had that Casey Kane race that had restart after restart after restart. I mean, it's just always something. There's a thing that nobody sees coming, and who kind of adapts through that is where he ends up victory lane. And for a while there, you in the Brickyard, you were like destined to contend for the championship. I mean, it was like, it was a clear pathway.
Getting ready for the choose now as we'll watch Riley Herbst go to the inside, and Allmendinger will take that outside for row one. Custer will be behind.
Tell you
his
what, the
teammate.
weather is wild out here in America. Down south, the weather's going crazy right now, boy. Weather up nice here in New York, brother, but down there and it's going wild, bro. But boy, you know what? I've been through Oklahoma many a times, and I ain't ever seen the rain. I've never been to Oklahoma.
In the last 4 races, they finished no worse than 11th with 2 top 10s in that mix. They're telling me that they've just made small steps in the right direction to get playoff ready, Dave.
SVG has chosen. He'll start on the inside of row 3. And he told me this morning, I've always wanted to race at Indianapolis, but I've got to treat it just like any other oval, a learning experience. And when you think about it, he's won 3 times this year. He's going to the playoffs. How many ovals? 6. How many road courses? 1. Marty, he's got to know how to do this.
Dave, another top 10 run for Carson Quapple, sitting in 9th right now. You know, and it's crazy how good this young man has been this year. Originally, when the schedule came out for him, it had 4 races.
Man, up there in Maine, they doing their own thing up there in Maine, catching them lobster and eating them lobster and all that stuff.
Left this year. The last
They talk weird up there in Maine.
Was at Caraway Speedway. That's where Carson runs full time. I don't think you can pick a polar opposite racetrack from Caraway Speedway than the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Shows you how talented this young man is.
Right behind that 18 is that 18 of Sheldon Creed. We talked about him in the post or in the pre-race. We talked about kind of trend reports, trending up, trending down. I really think the 18 almost gets a bad rap. We talk so much about not winning because, of course, we think he can win, and I believe he will win at some point this season. But this is a driver who's tied for the most top 5s with 8 in this series, And Hayes had
I'm
just one of
always
those
willing to be
okay
honest,
days.
brother.
Had to go to the back after
I ain't
an
ever
engine
told a lie in
change.
my life.
Car's pretty clean.
Except for
I'm
right
not sure
there.
They love the car they have, but these are the ones that make a difference, right? Restarting 12. Can you find your way into the top 10 in these last 30 laps? Sheldon doing a nice job, almost not making the highlight reel.
All right, getting ready to go back green here. Going to have 29 laps to go in the race.
Second place finishes still without a win.
Got Riley Herbst and AJ Allmendinger on the front row.
Number on Rick, there's a lot. Back into the restart zone, and back up through the gears they go. Riley Herbst getting a little bit of help from the 00 of Cole Custer, but that 16 of AJ Allmendinger holding strong on the outside. Now who will get the assistance as they exit 2 and down the backstretch?
Oh, wow.
90-80 catches it.
Wow, that was so close. Good job by everybody. Allmendinger recognized it, moved up the racetrack, gave him some space.
My daddy once told me, son, that you don't complain about where all the viewers are at. You perform for the crowd you got, not for the crowd you don't.
Being aggressive.
You don't complain about the crowd you don't have. You play for the crowd you do have. Yeehaw. My dad actually did tell me that. That is something my dad taught me. Don't be upset about the crowd you don't have. Just play for the crowd you do have.
Everybody. Allmendinger gave him room. Allgaier gave him room.
So if I got 3 viewers, whatever.
It took everybody to avoid that wreck.
Brandon Jones in the 9. Working to the outside of Jesse Love. Parker Kligerman back there in the 48. Inside of the 88 of Carson Quapple.
Man, you gotta give him that Hawk tour and spin on that thing.
Joe Graff Jr.
I was born in St. Louis. That's where I was born. I was in St. Louis, but I've been all over, son. When we were young, I was all over, and we moved to California, Virginia, Georgia. Then we moved to Vermont, and then we moved over here to Syracuse. Been all over that map.
127 laps remaining in the race. Allmendinger trying to pull away from Custer, but Custer fighting back. Just over a half a second separating those two. Now it's down to a little over a quarter of a second.
Yeah, that last lap by Custer, the fastest in the field. One of the fastest laps we've seen today, sub 55 seconds.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Travel across the land.
Is just so fast. See, looking at that mirror. Look.
Yep.
He's spending a ton of time in that rearview mirror.
Got out of the gas there, and that let Cole Custer get right up to his back bumper.
Look at that. He's looking out the left side mirror. So Custer's job is to try to get to that left rear quarter panel. Try to get as close as he can on corner entry. Take the air off the spoiler of that 16 car. Get the back of the car moving around.
Look at the run he has here. Cole Custer trying to take the lead away.
Oh, here comes Cole Custer.
To the inside, and Allmendinger is going to fall back to second.
Cole Custer takes the lead. Oh, here comes Allmendinger. Allmendinger's not giving this lead up. Oh, shit, they almost made contact.
Cole Custer, Allmendinger.
Oh, my God.
Down the backstretch now.
Oh, my God.
It's going to push.
Riley Herbst pushed Cole Custer to the lead.
What a great teammate. The 98
Yeah.
shoves
Wow.
the 00 by. And for that reason, he's now on the outside, which was not better for him.
I said, bitch, you is your man. Can't keep my dick in my pants. My bitch don't love me no more. She kicked me out on my girl. My bitch don't want to be friends. She should have been a man. I got a hole on my pants. That bitch got a throat. Fuck.
How about, you said it a minute ago, how about SVG in 5th? Hanging right there with this group.
Doing just such a good job. Let's take another look at how this all happened.
Well, Custer looked like he's come down to block, but Allmendinger was already there. But then the 98 of Riley Herbst shoved the 00 past him.
It's good to have teammates because right here, if Riley Herbst goes with Allmendinger, Allmendinger's got the lead back. But Riley says, nope, got my teammate, I got your back.
Running along the Celsius onboard of Allmendinger. Now AJ needs to regroup as he's fallen back to 4th. Trying to put some pressure on the 7 of Allgaier as he'll go to the inside to take 3rd away. Allgaier comes down to try to take the air off the spoiler. Here comes SVG. Then Gisbergen decides to check up and stay behind the 7.
When he did that, Austin Hill saw that and tried to jump on the outside of him.
And when we talk about learning, I think that's the example. Is you give this guy another 10, 15, 20 starts, he takes that run on the outside. But he goes, you know what? 23 to go. Don't have a catastrophic mistake. Just a little more patient. Lifts and goes to the inside, even knowing that kind of hurt him with the 21.
And look at these Stewart-Haas Racing Xfinity drivers that have pulled away now from 3rd.
The real question now, Rick, is do these two work together? What I mean by that is push each other down the straightaway. The 00 could absolutely run a couple feet up, allowing the 98 to have a little bit of air and just try to get that gap back to the 16 big enough. And then maybe with 5 to go, try to, figure it out between each other.
Yeah, that's an interesting strategy. I think for Riley Herbst, though, you know how track position is here. I think if you can get to this left for a quarter pounder, you have to take it. Even if he's trying to work with you, you got to just take advantage of it. If you get in front, you may not ever give that spot back up. This is to win the Brickyard.
Yeah, this is a hungry driver too, and Riley Herbst, he's not locked into the playoffs. He needs a win. Cole Custer, his teammate, just in front of him.
Oh, big run right here.
Is this the opportunity? Custer trying to break the draft. Herbst stays right in his tire tracks. Saw Riley turn just a little bit earlier.
So I just think this 98 car is faster. I think that he knows he's better than the 00. See how long he's able to stay on the bottom. That hurts his exit speed because he's kind of pinching the car off. It binds it up a little bit. But the fact that he can do that, following this closely, tells me he has a better car than Custer.
There's the gap back to 3rd, which is Allmendinger once again. Allmendinger in front of Allgaier. Then Gisbergen is 5th. Hill, Daly. Good run by Connor Daly, running 7th.
He's there. He's there. He's got to run right here. Get to that left for a quarter panel. Slide draft him to slow him down. The question is, how does Custer respond here? Does he fall in behind him? He does.
Riley Herbst back out in front. Herbst has already led 20 laps of this race. Custer had led 38 before losing the lead. And you see the folks on top of his pit box cheering Riley Herbst on.
You see the gap almost right away, Jeff, to your point. The 98 driving really good at this point in the race, 20 to go.
Yep, cheering them on. Mom and Dad up on top of the pit box. Riley Herbst down in front.
Fuck Riley Herbst.
When we're young, we're told anything is possible. But only a few of us go out and prove it.
Anna Hall is chasing down history.
Witness the greatness of Anna Hall on a connection worthy of gold. Xfinity Mobile. Only Xfinity gives you the most powerful mobile Wi-Fi network with speeds up to a gig in millions of locations. And right now, Xfinity Internet customers can buy one unlimited line and get one free for a year. Get the fastest connection to Paris with Xfinity.
At Cracker Barrel, we're putting a little sting in every bite of our fried chicken. But our new sweet heat sauce will have you saying, ooh, not ow. What are you waiting for? Buzz on in and try it. And now, get here early for deals on dinner classics.
Everywhere but the seat. The seat is leather.
Alan, we get it. You love your bike. We do too. That's why we're America's #1 motorcycle insurer. But do you have to wedge it into everything?
What? I don't do that. This reminds me of my bike. The Wolf was about the size of my new motorcycle. Have you seen it, by the way? Happy birthday, Grandma! Look how the brushstrokes follow the line on the gas tank. Hey! Grandma +1. Jamie.
Why do dude wipes clean better?
It's an extra large.
Because they're flushable.
Because obviously wet cleans better than dry. Let's watch. The wet side clears while the dry just smears.
It's just like her butts.
Dude wipes. Best clean, hands down.
You don't have to be in the race to be in the race. The NASCAR Powerball Playoff is back.
The 58 is going to win in Phoenix.
Enter now for your chance to win a VIP trip for two to the NASCAR Cup Series Championship race at the Phoenix Raceway, with the grand prize winner taking home $1 million. The race for the million is on. Powerball, the official lottery game of NASCAR. And home to the NASCAR Powerball Playoff. This is the make or break.
Wow, I don't know how the 10 saved that. Daniel Dye almost crashed. But now who's that? The 5 is in the wall. He's going slow. Oh, shit! Oh, my God! Oh, my God! That was a big crash. Holy shit. That was fucking huge, my guy. That was insane.
I can't imagine doing a race like this with somebody else. We're cold, we're wet, and we have no food.
I'm gonna keep going until I can. One caribou is $500,000.
Race to Survive New Zealand. New episodes.
That was a big hit. They'll show a replay in a second. If you're not watching, I don't know. Can't really describe it. Car was slow, and then a faster car came up behind it, got into him.
Looked like the car slower than he was in front. Well, I think it was the 31 that might have got
Parker
there first.
Retzlaff.
Yeah. Good to see Parker Retzlaff climbing out. You see the damage to the front and rear bumper, and then you mentioned Josh Williams' car.
Multiple things happened here.
Yeah, it started with the 5 first. He gets into the wall.
God damn it.
With Daniel Dye. And that got Anthony Alfredo off the pace. And then as he continued around off from turn 2, off the pace, that's when the others came on the scene. So here's the 5 racing with the 39 and the 10. 10, I think, gets a little free.
See, here's what happened. They were racing, got him into the wall. So then the 5 was slow.
Has an issue when he's off the pace, right, Jeff? So the 10, we've seen this, right? Just tight or loose. I can't tell what he's struggling, but runs the 5 all the way to the wall.
Yeah, and it stands all the way on the bottom. And now the damage on the spot.
Yeah, but now the 5 has damage. He's slow.
He cannot turn, right? So now we're on the exit.
Oh, wow, great replay. All right. So yeah, he's slow, into the wall, and then BAM! And then BAM! Shit was crazy.
Yeah, he was
BAM!
another car. I didn't see that in the original view. So Parker Retzlaff is
That was
tucked
crazy.
up behind another car. Here we go. It's a black car on the road. The 28. Oh man, the 28 zigs and 31 then sees the 5.
And you don't know what kind of damage Alfredo
Crazy.
has. It's easy to say, hey, what are you doing? He should have stayed up against the wall, not come down the racetrack. There's clearly some kind of damage where he's not in complete control of his car. You know, when you have an incident, you want to just stay in a lane so everybody knows where you're going. But Alfredo's a good race car driver. He doesn't do silly things. He just could not control his race car, couldn't keep it up there.
And I didn't understand why the 31 didn't see him originally, but now it's clear. You know, 31 is right behind the 28, trying to push him. A big hit from Alfredo on the inside wall.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that until that news. That was a big hit.
Wow.
It was just an unfortunate series of events here with a lot of impacts, big impacts.
Sends him into that inside wall. The 11 got into the back of the 31 after that contact was made. So it's the 7th caution that's come out here at Indy.
And the weekend started so good for that 31 car. They were fast in practice. Then the next lap made contact with the wall, and then nothing's gone right since.
Watch his hit on the right side of the screen for the 5. Look right. Nose right in.
Yeah, it's a concrete wall over there, too, it looks like. So Alfredo's car shortened after getting into the outside wall. Oh, it looks like they're safer barrier. Yep.
That's a great shot. I was under the same impression as you, Rick. From a distance, I could only see the one barrier, but that's a great shot that it is safer barrier.
Yeah, it didn't look like it gave any, but it must have been absorbing some of that impact that we saw out of Alfredo, but still a very hard impact for the driver of the 5.
Yeah, I used to call them soft walls. That was the terminology, and the drivers finally asked me, you know, safer barrier is a better terminology, and I see their point. Yeah, they're by no means soft.
You've hung out with me enough to know my limps and my aches.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
What's wrong, Jeff? Well, this.
Yeah, this. Years of this.
And what a shame, you know, for a lot of young race car drivers trying to get, you know, it's late in the race, but still trying to get as much lap time as you can, and just a unfortunate set of circumstances.
All right, with 15 to go, we're coming to pit road being open. I don't believe the 98, the 00, 16-7. I'd be shocked if they think they can come take tires, but someone is going to. Someone in this field is going to think they have about 17 laps on their tires. Looks like AJ Allmendinger is going to try the big fake. Yeah. Oh, look, I'm wrong. The SHR cars.
Ooh.
Oh, they're not, but Allgaier, 97. Now the question
Wow,
is
a lot
how
of
they
people.
follow.
Wow, yeah, it's going to be
Instantly,
interesting.
It looks like the majority, maybe 70% come to pit road. That'll be a big difference for the lineup, Dave.
Shane Van Gisbergen just needed a small adjustment for his race car, so there'll be an air pressure adjustment to that right rear tire. They've already put on fresh tires. It was talked about what would they be worth. They may be worth something here. Remember, he was running top 5, Marty.
Andy Street did not want Austin Hill to come down pit road at the last second. He said, stay out, stay out, stay out. Derek Nealon, the spotter, said, too late. We're already on pit road. They're going to come down for an adjustment. Justin Allgaier told Jim Pullman, I want to make a play for the win. We already have a win in the bank. I'm not worried about points. He said, I'm way too tight when I'm out front. And Pullman said, I think I want to free you up and watch you go. So interesting, Rick. Handfuls stay out. A lot of them come down pit road.
Connor Daly with a great stop there in the 26. Going to win the race off the pit road. Here's why we're under caution for the 7th time. It was Anthony Alfredo coming off the wall. Parker Renson
Hard
gets
hit.
in the back of him. Josh Williams in the back of him. And the caution came out.
Oh, look at that jet stream. Weather. Oh, boy.
Yep, they're calling it an atmospheric river.
It is coming down.
Oh, flood warning, Louisiana.
Are they obsessed? Oh, yeah. The stuff they do on the green screen, unbelievable.
They said 10% chance of rain. Seems more like 40% to me.
No, it has nothing to do with the dew point.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
What are those cumulus clouds? Ready to rise to the challenge above perceptions. If so, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing. If this is your idea of ladylike, you're gonna fit right in. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Discover cool nights with a new mattress from Ashley. With the best mattress brands and styles under one roof, we've got you and your sleep covered. Plus, get 0% interest for 60 months with no minimum purchase required. Shop more deals in-store and online.
At Cracker Barrel, we're putting a little sting in every bite of our fried chicken. But our new sweet heat sauce will have you saying, ooh, not ow. What are you waiting for? Buzz on in and try it. And now, get here early for deals on dinner classics.
What a day it will be tomorrow. The Open Championship, the final round from Royal Troon begins at 7 a.m. Then countdown to green for the Brickyard from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And again, we'll be with Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, then in stage 2. All right, let's hear from crew chief for Cole Custer, JT, Jonathan Tony's with Kim.
Yeah, he was able to lead Cole to a win last weekend. A lot of mixed strategy there on that caution. Guys coming down for 2 and 4 tires. You guys stayed out. How optimistic are you can hold them off?
And I felt like our car's been really good all day. You know, the refire speed has been there all day, so probably have about 12 laps to go. So it's going to get exciting. Probably going to have some more cautions. Got our teammate up here. We're racing for the win, and this has been an awesome day.
Good luck.
I thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Marty, we're seeing if this team can go back to back.
Riley Herbst is out front. Davin Restivo.
Go back green with, I think, 12 laps to go.
Why the decision to stay out?
Being the leader here with 12 to go, you're kind
Everyone
of
drop a like on the
They're
stream.
going to do exactly the opposite of you. So we only got 11 laps on our tires, green, and we've run 30 lap stages. We had more laps on our last set of tires we took off, and we stayed out earlier in the race, and it was okay. So I think by the time this ends, you're going to have, 20-some laps on your tires green, and that's less than what we've had last 2. So I think if they cool off, they'll refire. That should be fine right here. Clean air's king.
As teammates, how do you guys play this restart? Will Cole work with Riley?
Yeah, we've been working on that in the radio, trying to get Cole to go with us. I think he'll go with us. He's been a good teammate for us all day long, and has followed us in the previous couple restarts, and it's worked out pretty good for us. So I think he knows big picture.
Jeff, I want to ask you, as a driver, a win on the line and a win at Indianapolis, much less, right? Would you help your teammate, or are you going to be selfish and choose the opposite lane from him?
57-year-old Jeff, selfish. But when I drove, I would have helped to push because, you know, it is probably in everybody's best interest to get away from that road. The question for the road next to you, the question is, which lane would I pick? That would be an even more difficult conversation to have. Pick the bottom, pick the top. We've seen the top prevail on the outside multiple times, so I don't know which lane I would pick, Steve.
Well, so it's crazy, right? Because you have Herbst, Custer, Allmendinger. How about Love there in 4th without a right front fender? Eric Almirola was spun out and had to change tires. You wonder if that's not I call it fortunate strategy. He has a little bit fresher tires, not a ton, but a little bit fresher tires right there in the 5th position. And new tires themselves, we have we have Daly. I'm sorry, Daly in 10th on 2 tires. And then Austin Hill back in 12th, right? So Connor Daly will be the first on just 2 right side tires.
I think one of the crew chiefs we interviewed said this won't be the last caution, and I think that's why he said that. Because if you look at who those guys with 4 tires have to go through, it is a big difference in speed. This restart is going to be wild.
And you see the nerve. So I believe the best chance for Herbst and Custer isn't to go green. You don't want, while you would think a caution would take away laps and tires won't have a chance, I think the tires will get a bunch right away. I think they're going to get maybe 2, 3, 4 in the first set of corners. If it goes green, I think the 98 and the 00 can kind of get out there and run as we see the SHR car split the front row.
And how good of a push can Love give without a right front fender? We're going to find out here in a lap.
Yeah, I got it.
And Parker Retzloff checked and released from the infield care center, and Dave is down there.
So yeah, we're going to go back here with 11 laps to go.
Power. What a weekend for you. The thrill of Indy and then the heartbreak as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I have a lot of questions about the wreck, so...
Probably is going to be a big ass wreck.
I just seen the replay of it for the first time. I don't know. He said that he had no clue that anybody was coming, but I don't know if it's a spotter fault or who, but it just sucks for all these guys. We worked so hard yesterday after my mistake in practice to wreck another car for really no reason. Just kind of hurts. But thank you to Fungo and everyone who supports me, and I wish we could have done more.
Glad you're okay. Rick?
I mean, it sounds like he was hoping that Alfredo would have stayed out against the wall and not come back down on the track.
Yeah, of course. And you would expect, like I said before, you would expect that that's where he would stay. And knowing Anthony Alfredo, I have a hard time believing he just turned down into everybody, with ongoing traffic. But, obviously, if you're Parker, you're exceptionally frustrated with that. Now, this restart is going to be wild. The middle of this pack is going to be crazy because you have so many cars that really don't have a lot of pace in between guys with new tires and faster cars on top of that trying to get to the lead. You don't have any time to waste. You've got to go. You got to make something happen if you're going to get to these two Stewart-Haas racing cars.
So in this most recent caution, the first that came off of pit road was Connor Daly, but only taking 2 tires. Kyle Weatherman, Austin Hill, SVG, Justin Allgaier, Sheldon Creed, all back there with 4 tires. We'll see if that makes a difference. 11 laps remain in the race.
That's exactly
right. Go back racing here with 11 to go.
6 is the pressure tires. We'll see.
So Herbst and Custer making up row 1 as we get ready for the restart.
And
Herbst is going to have Allmendinger pushing from behind him. Love is behind Custer.
green flag is back in the air.
Through the restart zone they go, up through the gears. See the 16 getting pushed around a little bit. He's got the 20 behind him pushing. 3 cars on the inside working together.
Woo! Woo! How did they not wreck back there?
That was the 21 of Austin Hill with a big move to the bottom. Got by Connor Daly side by side up front.
Custer once again working that outside. And the 98, it looked like he might have got a little bit loose in 2. And here comes the 16. Allmendinger trying to take second away. Into 3. They're going to be 3 and 4 wide behind this group. 3 wide for second. Allmendinger trying to get down as Almirola has made the pass. He's up to second now.
You said it, Steve. That spin put them in a position to have to put tires on, so a little fresher tire than the 00 car.
Now can Cole Custer check out and run away from this group?
Look at the 21. He lost some spots there. Shane Van Gisbergen, he was able to get in front of him.
SVG with a great restart.
SVG and Sheldon Creed, the first 2 on new tires. You see him there behind Jesse Love, the car missing a fender. Then it's SVG, Sheldon Creed, and then this entire mess back here.
Yeah, that group working for every spot, every position, very hungry. Under 10 laps to go as the field comes back by the grandstand. 9 laps remaining. Riley Herbst all over the 20.
Woo!
The 20 got sideways and into the wall barely, but he keeps it straight.
Wow, that was quite the save.
Wall might have helped him a bit. So Herbst back up to second.
I mean, look at this. He is sideways.
Might not have even hit the wall. There was right there where the safer barrier ends. The 11 of Josh Williams was checked and released from the infield care center. Under 9 laps to go. Coming up on 8.
So Riley Herbst was faster than Cole Custer before this caution came out. He's got a second he's got to make up.
My stream is just fine off grid. When you zoom in, it doesn't get distorted. Look, I'm zooming in right now, and you could still read everything perfectly.
I'm going to get him. Does he have time, though, Jeff? That's the question.
Well, we might get ready to see another caution here, Marty.
Yeah, the 00, or excuse me, the 07 slow. That's going to be a big opportunity if the yellow comes out for both Herbst and SVG and Creed.
He went behind the wall.
Oh, great move.
There was an opening in the wall, and the 07 of Greg Van Alst from Anderson, Indiana, decided he'd get behind the wall, and they stay green.
Good job. Classy move. That's a guy that was only one lap down, right? If he gets pushed back, it would have definitely helped his finish, but he gets out of the way and lets the race continue.
All right, so let's see. Yes, 1/10 of a second faster. Herbst was and Custer.
A 1/10 of a second isn't going to do it. Only 7 laps to go. He's going to have to be a little bit more.
But as he gets a little closer, Rick, he may be getting a little bit of a draft down these.
If you think the leaderboard's too small, you're just blind.
Stewart-Haas Racing, very strong over the past 2 weeks. Cole Custer getting the win at Pocono a week ago. Now he's out front.
We got a real-life Helen Keller in here.
Here in Indianapolis. Anthony Alfredo in the 5.
Can't see my straight man, can't hear it.
From the infield care center.
It's like bubbles from fucking
running in that 3rd spot.
Trailer Park Boys wearing those ridiculous glasses.
Seeing if he can reel back in Riley Herbst. 6 laps to go.
And did not have a good lap that time, Herbst. He actually ran about 0.3 of a second slower that lap than he did the lap before.
And Custer did as well, so the gap stays right at 1.1 seconds.
Oh, you can see the 98 car off the bottom of the racetrack, exiting turn 2. Riley giving it all that he's got, trying to find that speed. It hurt him just a little bit, allowed Almirola to gain on him.
0.2 of a second. Lost to Custer. And Almirola now has closed in. Time winding down, though. Under 6 to go. Coming up on 5 remaining from here at Indy.
I got to be precise. I have to be aggressive, but I have to be
because
precise.
it's not the case off grid.
At this racetrack, if I'm not hitting my marks,
I don't know why you would say that if it wasn't the case, but it's not the case. So
and if it's not fast enough, it's just
there's a option to turn up the quality on the stream if you need to do that.
That time, Riley Herbst executed 1 and 2 as well as he could have. And Steve, if it's not fast enough, it's just not. But that's what you have to do as a race car driver. Getting out of the lane, trying to push too hard is not going to make the car go faster. Not here.
You have to remember, if you're Riley Herbst, big picture. Think about the fact that right now, you're the first car as far as the playoff standings go on the list that hasn't got a win. You're the highest car scored based on points.
All right, so that was a better lap.
Parents, Troy and Laura cheering Riley on.
Yeah, 0.3 quicker. That's what he needs. He's got to have 4 perfect ones if he's going to have a chance.
And it's like you were coaching him, Jeff. It looked like he just relaxed and got his car back right in the lane.
Under a second is the gap. Is there enough time? Enough distance?
Riley Herbst would be a bitch enough to wreck his teammate, I guarantee you.
Down the back stretch. And you see SVG currently running in the 4th spot. Puts a block on.
I think he just passed Allmendinger with those fresh tires. Creed chasing him as well. That matters. If we get a yellow, that's another position they're going to restart.
Custer trying to break the draft. Almirola staying right behind the 98 of Herbst.
Riley's closing this gap.
3 to go, and it's almost a half a second.
And that was 0.4 of a second faster than Custer. He will get there. What will he do, and what will Almirola do? Will he help, or will he be thinking 3 wide if the leaders get side by side?
This is to win at the Brickyard at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. What would you do if you were poised with that opportunity? The gap is closed. Under a half a second. Coming up,
I really don't want Riley to catch him.
Now it gets even harder as you get closer.
Okay, press the button then. I don't care. I mean, I like you off grid, but like, if you're gonna say shit like that, you can just press the button.
2 to go. And the gap is closed to under 0.3 of a second. He's gonna get there.
Master needs to change what he's doing. He needs to turn early, take the air away. Still that big arm.
Fuck Riley Herbst.
That's actually helping Riley.
What a run we've seen out of Riley Herbst. Down the backstretch, Custer trying to break that draft. As they go into 3.
That's annoying. I'll just turn that off.
A car length separating these teammates.
Look at that run the 98 gets on corner exit. If he can do that again, he will be on his left rear quarter panel on the exit of 4. Yes, he's there.
Oh shit. Oh shit. There goes Riley Herbst. Oh my god. Makes contact. Oh my god. Here comes 20 of Eric Amarola. Oh my god. White flag. Oh my god.
And what a move right there.
Wow.
The 20 of Almirola takes the top spot away.
Holy
Riley
shit.
still has time. Riley is faster than this
Fuck
20
Riley
car.
Herbst. Come on, Eric. Hold him off. Just don't let Riley win.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be there. You have to get to his left rear quarter panel. Take the air off of him getting into turn 3 here.
He did it before with the 0-0. What will he do now through 3 and 4? Riley Herbst into 3. He's lower. He gets to the back bumper. Through the short chute. He's going to go for the lead.
Fuck Riley Herbst. No.
Through turn 4.
Fuck Riley Herbst. God damn it.
Here comes the 0-0. Onto the front stretch.
God damn it. Fuck. Fuck Riley Herbst. God damn it. Are you serious? That was a good race, though. That was a really great race. I'm excited for tomorrow.
A racing family. You see Father Troy up there on top of the pit box. Mom, Laura, all celebrating. This is win number 2, career win number 2 for Riley Herbst. His first one came at Las Vegas, his home racetrack. And now, probably the biggest win of his career happens right here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
The oval.
What does jesting mean? I don't even know what that word means.
Riley Herbst has got his family here to celebrate, and they'll partake in the tradition that Dale Jarrett started, the kissing of the bricks. He's going to pull it up to the wall and do the burnout right there with his crew. Yard of bricks. In racing, it might be the most famous piece of real estate. The crew is going to start celebrating with him. We saw his mom and dad, they were making their way already, getting ready to celebrate. And I'm sure the driver, Kim, as he pulls off his helmet, is ready to start that celebration as well.
Absolutely. You know, Riley Herbst got his first career Xfinity Series win as his home track. He gets his second win at the Brickyard. Before we get into the meaning of this,
Fuck you, Riley Herbst.
Walk me through how you were able to overtake Eric Amarola.
Yeah, Kim, this is Indianapolis. This is the most famous racetrack in the world. It's an honor just to walk in this place, let alone win. Man, we've had speed all year, Kim, and I felt like we could win, and I just messed up on the restarts a little bit. And then watching it right here, it was a good fight. I thought I had cold clear, and then he said bottom of 3 with the 20, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be tough. But yeah, I mean, I just continue to work. It's been a pretty tough week on me mentally, to be honest with you, Kim. So I'm proud of these guys, proud of everybody at Stewart-Haas Racing. Obviously, the news of us shutting down, these guys could have given up on me, gone to different teams, but they stuck behind me in Cole, and that's back-to-back wins for Stewart-Haas Racing. Thank you so much, Monster Energy. I love you guys, everybody in Corona. Thank you to everybody in Las Vegas, my family. This is fun. I'm gonna go drink beer and turn my phone off for 3 weeks.
On the pace laps before the race, you talked to us about how sacred this place is. What does it mean to do it, and to do it with your family here, with your parents watching?
Yeah, this is hallowed ground, honestly. This is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Every person in the world wants to race here, and I won here. I don't care if it's the Xfinity Series, this is the Cup Series, it's the go-kart track out back. This is the Brickyard. This is Indianapolis. This is the coolest racetrack in the world, and I love you guys, and yeah, it's just pretty sweet.
Congratulations. That is Riley Hooks. He is a winner at the Brickyard.
So cool to see the
You won't be able to get the smile on his face for 3 weeks.
Zane Smith, friends, congratulating him.
What a race. This was coming to the white flag. Almirola makes the pass. He's actually leading when they get the 1 to go.
Watch Custer right here. He gives the spot up. And that, not contesting that spot, allows...
Well, that was a great race. I mean, I'm very upset how it ended, but it was a great race.
I think
I don't know why Almirola didn't pin him down more. Yeah, me neither.
Into turn 4, no way he was getting out of the gas.
Yeah, please thank you for your interaction. I've loved watching your channel from the UK. Catch you again, my friend Sam. Yeah, I'll be live again tomorrow at 2, so join in then.
3 different drivers led the last 3 laps.
I'm gonna let this get to 3 hours since it's so close. It's like 3 minutes away.
And the 98 team starts the celebration.
Ready to rise?
Yeah, today was a really good race. Very competitive all throughout. You know,
Above perceptions.
Cole Custer led the most laps, but really there was a lot of people who were doing well today, and a lot of issues in the back today. I mean, a lot of cautions. But yeah, it was a good race nonetheless. I'm literally just gonna sit here until we get to fucking 3 hours. It's like 2 minutes away.
Some things just add up, like the 2x2x2 at IHOP. 2 eggs your way.
SEG got 4th. Hey, Sheldon came back to get 5th. That's good. He was honestly not having that great of a day. Came back to finish 5th.
Riley Herbst wins at the Brickyard, and now 8 different drivers have locked themselves into the playoffs.
What a big day for Ryan Sieg. Makes up over 20 points.
Dave.
And it was a 1-2 for Stewart-Haas Racing. Unfortunately, Cole, you weren't the one. How bad did you want that?
I mean, you could see us, beating doors down the front stretch. You're going to do everything it takes to win Indy. I was doing everything I could to try and get this thing to turn. I just needed 1 less lap, I mean, it felt like it was kind of a disadvantage to lead, in my opinion, all day. If you were in second, it'd actually get your car looser, and it would save your tires throughout a run, where if you're leading, you just get tight, so tight after 15 laps. But what an awesome day for SHR. I mean, 2 cars at the front all day. We finished, qualified 1-2, finished 1-2, so unbelievable day for SHR, and hopefully keep us rolling.
And a big day for you overall, big weekend.
For sure. I mean, this is a great way to kick everything off. So, Riley drove a great race there, and it was fun racing with him. Man, I wish we just had 1 more lap, or 1 less lap, and we've been kissing the brakes.
threat to win today, and Kim, definitely a threat for the championship coming up in a few weeks.
And Dave, another threat for the win today was Eric Almirola has to settle for the 3rd position. Man, it was fun to watch those last laps, though. As you look back and think about them, could you have done anything differently in that final lap?
Maybe just not carry as much entry speed to 3, but he did the same thing to me earlier. When he was within a car length or so from behind me, I was just so tight. And I tried to not miss, and I got to the bottom, but I was just so tight, and they were the class of the field. I mean, he ran the 0-0 down. Those 2 cars were certainly better than us, but I knew if they got racing, it was going to be an opportunity to steal it. And just, I got to the lead and thought he was going to be able to steal it. And I just got too tight off of 3, and he got back inside of me. So those guys deserve it. Riley and Davin, I know all those guys on his team. They're a great bunch of guys, and proud of them and happy for those guys. But
yeah, it was a crazy race.
Toyota GR Supra when he gets us on it to victory lane. It was fun to get back in the race car and challenge for a win.
Big picture, there were a lot of questions going into this weekend about what we would see from this package. What was your takeaway?
It was racier than I thought, but I still wish that we had full horsepower. You know, just being able to make the runs and being able to recover and more off throttle time, I think it would race even better, but they still put on a great race, and it was an exciting finish.
Podium finish day for Eric Almirola.
Just off the
Alrighty, y'all. I'm going to end this shit right here. I will be live for the Brickyard 400 tomorrow at 2 o'clock. The race is at 2:31 is when the green flag is. So, yeah. I'll be live at 2 for that. I want to thank you guys for watching, and peace out.